is the revolution.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Money in the Bank. And what a way we are going to kick us off here in Los Angeles than no other than the Intercontinental Championship being on the line, as Ricky Saints is the first competitor to make his way down to the very ring, as it will be an 8-man ladder match to determine the new Intercontinental Champion. Now, after SummerSlam, Sheamus revealed that he was no longer going to be with the company, and that means a vacated Intercontinental Championship was going to happen. And Nick Aldis had to take some time, took a week. He wasn't going to take 2 weeks just to be sure, but he took at least 1 week, and he made a big announcement regarding the superstars that would get an opportunity for the Intercontinental Championship. And this man, Ricky Saints, looking to have a breakout moment here. Was very impressive. Was starting to heat up there in NXT, and then we saw some names after John Cena defeated The Rock there in NXT. NXT really changed after Cena defeated The Rock, and certainly some names got to choose if they wanted to stay there in NXT or not. Well, Ricky Saints decided he wanted to move up, and he was already starting to do quite well there in NXT, and we'll see if he can build off that momentum. Now we got Matt Cardona. Big opportunity for this man, this veteran in this business. He said he wanted to challenge himself. He wanted to become WWE Champion when he returns. But hey, in this return, he might get a chance to actually become the Intercontinental Champion. Not saying the WWE Championship is not still an opportunity for Matt Cardona, but for tonight, let's start with the Intercontinental Championship and go from there. A lot of big names in this matchup, and certainly in a 8-man ladder match, it's all about being at the right place at the right time. Certainly can't wait to see what exactly is going to go down in this matchup. I mean, you have the likes of Damian Priest, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, certainly these younger guys, and then you also throw in Matt Cardona as well, getting that opportunity in this matchup. So you get Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, Roman Reigns, Dominic Mysterio, Javon Evans, Ricky Saints, Solo Sikoa, and Matt Cardona. So 8 big names in this matchup, different parts of their career. And especially this man, Damian Priest, a former WWE champion, knocking off Finn Balor a month after WrestleMania to become WWE champion, then would go on to lose that said championship to Drew McIntyre. So Damian Priest looking to get some championship gold back around this waist. This time around, that being possibly the Intercontinental Championship. We'll just have to wait and see how this is all going to pan out. This matchup is going to be so physical, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what it's all about tonight. Money in the Bank. We're going to see new champions, possibly new Money in the Bank briefcase holders from Raw and SmackDown men's and women's division, where they can hold it up to at least 1 year. A lot of times, usually it doesn't take too long. Usually they'll, a lot of times we see it in the same night, possibly. We've seen it maybe a week after. It just really depends on the briefcase holder. Sometimes people want to play mind games with that Money in the Bank briefcase, which is totally fine and very understandable. But we'll see how it fares tonight in this big venue here in Los Angeles, California, as here comes the OTC, Roman Reigns. And for Roman Reigns, ever since that big win at WrestleMania, when he won a triple threat matchup between himself, Seth Rollins, and Brock Lesnar, when Roman pinned Seth Rollins, you thought Roman Reigns was going to start getting on to, the right track of sorts, and he was in matches for the championships and everything else like that to become number 1 contender and whatnot. But it just has not worked out in his favor. And then plus, he was in a Money in the Bank qualifying matchup with himself, Matt Cardona, Nathan Frazier, and John Cena, and Roman Reigns was the very first one eliminated in that matchup. Roman Reigns being pinned by John Cena off a attitude adjustment out of nowhere, catching Reigns off guard, And right now, Reigns, losing at SummerSlam, losing that fatal four-way matchup as well. Roman Reigns is struggling right now, and he doesn't have a family with him of sorts here on Friday Night SmackDown. Reigns is going to have to try and do this all by himself, and right now he is struggling. So we'll see if, getting back into these singles matches and everything, can Roman Reigns get back into it? And hey, what better way? Win this eight-man ladder matchup for the Intercontinental Championship, and hey, maybe he can have a lengthy reign as Intercontinental Champion. We'll see what the OTC has to say about this tonight. It's going to be a hard-hitting matchup. Like I've said before, tables, ladders, chairs, stairs, kendo sticks. We might even see some thumbtacks again. You never know. Baseball bats, everything in between in this 8-man ladder match. All for the prestigious Intercontinental Championship. Sheamus was doing pretty well as Intercontinental Champion before saying that he's no longer going to be here in WWE. So we'll see who can step up to the plate and replace Roman Reigns as a whole, or I should say Sheamus as a whole. Roman Reigns could very well be that man. Certainly having an Intercontinental Champion with the status of a Roman Reigns, ladies and gentlemen, that could do absolute massive things for Roman Reigns and SmackDown as a whole. Not saying Sheamus didn't do, prestige to that championship, but I think, having Roman Reigns as Intercontinental Champion, that could do wonders with not only getting this career back on top, but also, hey, making that championship even more prestigious than it already was. Build off what Sheamus was already building and make that Intercontinental Championship worth something. As here comes the OG, Mr. Bouncy himself, the young blood, Javon Evans. And I can't wait to see how Javon Evans, this big opportunity for him. I want to see how he fares when he has to try to climb up a ladder. Is he able to grab that Intercontinental Championship, or hey, is he going to look to get bouncy? Is he going to look to jump off the top of that ladder and make a moment? Even if he knows for sure he might not be able to grab that title, hey, I'm making a moment for myself. I'm going to take out several guys in the process. Imagine that OG cutter from the top rope or the top of the ladder. That could be absolutely massive. So, you never know what you're going to see in these matches, ladies and gentlemen. That's the unpredictability that you love to see in this business, ladies and gentlemen. The young OG all fired up as he should be. Big moment for all 8 superstars in this matchup. Just superstars that are established, the superstars that are looking to get reestablished, some superstars that are looking to climb that next level. As here comes the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. And this man has certainly had a hellacious couple years here in WWE, from being in NXT, going to Monday Night Raw, then coming to Friday Night SmackDown. He's been all over the place, but he certainly has dominated landscapes when he has needed to. McIntyre, briefly the WWE champion before Finn Balor. He would lose to Finn Balor due to JD McDonough's help in that matchup, and then CM Punk would cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase on that during the same night, and then we'd get CM Punk versus Joe Hendry at SummerSlam, and Joe Hendry would pull off a miracle there at SummerSlam there in Newark, New Jersey, and walk out the new WWE champion. Now for Joe Hendry, one of these superstars, obviously not in this matchup, but later on tonight, is going to have that Money in the Bank briefcase. And the question is, who exactly is going to be grabbing that briefcase? We'll find out later on tonight in that 6-man ladder match to determine who is Mr. Money in the Bank for Friday Night SmackDown. But right now we are focused on becoming the Intercontinental Champion. Can Drew McIntyre get the job done? Can the Scottish Warrior become the new Intercontinental Champion? He certainly has it all, ladies and gentlemen, I believe, to get that job done. It's all, for all 8 superstars, it's just all about being in the right place at the right time. Claymore out of nowhere takes out last superstar, then he can climb up there and grab that Intercontinental Championship. But like I said, any man's ball game tonight. I don't think anyone's really favored. Yeah, you got established superstars, but I don't think there's any certain man that I would say, oh yeah, they're instantly grabbing that championship within the first 30 minutes, or 30 seconds I should say. As now here comes Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa coming from Monday Night Raw, getting himself a big opportunity. He was a part of the Fatal 4-Way matches to try to get into the Money in the Bank matches, and it came down to himself and CM Punk, and well, CM Punk defeated Solo Sikoa, but Solo Sikoa impressed Nick Aldis enough to where Solo Sikoa is getting an opportunity in the Intercontinental Championship match. And this could do wonders for the MFTs and Solo Sikoa to have that Intercontinental Championship. You know, it was a tough sledding for a couple months. You know, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu fighting back and forth, and ultimately Jacob Fatu won that rivalry that sent Solo Sikoa over here to Friday Night SmackDown. But now, you know, sometimes change is good. So now Solo's on Friday Night SmackDown. We'll see how he fares with this massive moment for him. Maybe, you know, he gets up to the top of the ladder, hits a Samoan spike on whoever's up there with him, and you know, he grabs that Intercontinental Championship. We certainly know between Roman and Solo, there's no love lost there between those two superstars. A big rivalry between the MFTs and the Bloodline back in the day, with the Bloodline ultimately picking up a big win at that time. But now, you know, tables are turned. You know, Roman doesn't have a family anymore. Solo has a different variation of his family, a different variation of the MFTs. Not as big, but you know, you got Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga still left in that group. As we wait for the last superstar to make his way down to the very ring, and that is Dominic Mysterio of the Judgment Day. Can Dirty Dom bring home the Intercontinental Championship there on Friday Night SmackDown? And certainly on Friday Night SmackDown, you have Liv Morgan, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, as well as the Women's Champion. And later on tonight, Raquel Rodriguez has an opportunity to walk out with that Money in the Bank briefcase. Could be a big night for the Judgment Day as a whole tonight. We'll see how that fares. Certainly could be said about American Made tonight. Certainly could have all of them walking out with the briefcases and the tag team championships. You just don't know. But Dirty Dom looking to win his first singles championship in his career. You know, himself and his dad teamed up there for the longest time, and then eventually, you know, he would go with the Judgment Day. So we'll see how, you know, finally winning his first championship with the Judgment Day would be. I mean, it's a big stage here in Los Angeles against 7 other superstars trying to climb that ladder and doing something that will change his career. Dirty Dom is like, he's on the I would say the cliff of right now going from like a mid-card guy to being a well-established guy. Certainly it's going to take some time with Dom, but I think, you know, right place, right time, Dirty Dom is going to take over this business. But it's just going to take some time. But Dirty Dom is here in just a matter of moments. He's going to be participating in this ladder match. Only one man can walk out as the Intercontinental Champion. Who is it going to be? Let's go ahead and send it down to the ring and find out. As it is for that prestigious Intercontinental Championship. Here we go. We are officially underway, ladies and gentlemen, for the Intercontinental Championship, as Cardona throwing Reigns right out of the way, and he's feeling pretty good about himself there, as he should. Taking down the OTC as Roman and Ricky Saints there, taken out of the equation momentarily. Obviously, this isn't a battle royal or anything like this. This is going to be a stiff Intercontinental Championship match, ladies and gentlemen. Right there, as you can see, hanging above the ring, that prestigious Intercontinental Championship. Only one man can climb up that ladder and grab that Intercontinental Championship. It's all hell breaking loose on this left side of the arena. You got Priest and McIntyre. No love lost between those superstars as Priest shooting his arrow at him, and now from behind, Roman Reigns with a back suplex takes it to Damian Priest. As now Mysterio looking to be the first man to climb up that ladder, grab that Intercontinental Championship. We will not hear the end of it if Dirty Dom is that man to climb up that ladder and grab that Intercontinental Championship. Here we go. Mysterio might do it. Javon Evans, he ain't going to allow Mysterio to do whatsoever what he wanted. As Javon looking to take it to Roman Reigns. And no, nice stunner there. Big time stunner. As Solo setting up that table right against the barricade. Wait a minute, I was going to say Priest may be looking to destroy that barricade. As you got Roman and Javon Evans in the middle of the ring, continuing this little bit of a back and forth here. The superstars at ringside got to be so careful, just allowing one man, or I should say two superstars in the ring, the whole time. It's a big Hurricane Rana takes it to Roman Reigns. Javon Evans bringing that fight to Roman Reigns, and that's what you got to do against the OTC, a man that's been well established here in WWE. It's a big takedown again from Roman. It's Dominic taking it to Damian Priest, former member of the Judgment Day, before getting kicked out and being replaced. As now Solo Sikoa, nice front slam. Roman with a nice reversal on his own right. Back and forth we go. We got Dirty Dom, Matt Cardona, Ricky Saints, Solo Sikoa, all going at it here at ringside. As you got McIntyre looking to inflict some pain there on Javon Evans. And there's so many different matches you can make out of this Intercontinental Championship, ladies and gentlemen, with the likes of Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, like all 8 superstars. You could have different scenarios coming out of this event. Because the next event that we're going to have out of Money in the Bank is WrestlePalooza. The first ever WrestlePalooza will be in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's going to be a tremendous night. A whole lot of great action coming our way, and I can't wait to see what championships will be on the line, what rivalries we kind of build up to, as Ricky Saints absolutely fired up here. Oh, and a spear. Big spear there from Ricky Saints to Drew McIntyre, absolutely exposing him. And now Javon Evans, oh, right on top of McIntyre. That is not going to feel too good. And now Roman looking to put Javon Evans possibly through a table there. But back and forth we go. As Solo Sikoa, the only superstar in the ring at the very moment. Could we see the MFTs? Can we see Solo Sikoa being the Intercontinental Champion? Is it Solo Sikoa's moment? But look at Dirty Dom. He ain't going to allow that. He wants the Intercontinental Championship. He's not going to allow Solo to take that title, as all hell is being just exposed here at ringside. Steel steps, table on top of Roman, trying to keep him down as much as possible, as Solo Sikoa with a Samoan drop on the ladder. Oh my goodness. You could hear the flesh hitting that ladder from the cheap seats. Oh my goodness. As Evans trying to go for a cutter, Solo Sikoa blocked it, but Evans a little bit faster, and now going to connect with a different variation of a standing Spanish fly, as McIntyre telling Roman Reigns not today, as Evans with a nice springboard splash there. As McIntyre striking Roman Reigns with that steel chair. You got Matt Cardona and Dominic Mysterio. Wait a minute, hold on a minute. Wait a minute, hold on. Matt Cardona, he has Dominic Mysterio on the table, but Mysterio with a reversal. Back and forth we go on the table. Someone might be going through a table. Back and forth. In a dire situation for both men. So we watch stuff go on in the ring as well, but back and forth. Just strike for strike here. Dominic trying to do everything in his power to stay in it. And same for Matt Cardona. But now, but look at Matt Cardona. He's like, nope, not dealing with that. And did a right thing getting himself out of that situation. Wait a minute, Priest looking for that crucifix. Oh, right against the table. Oh my goodness. Oh, that razor's edge right next to the table. And I think there's a dent on the table. I don't know if you can really see it there, but there's a big dent as Matt Cardona with the big power bomb right there on the ladder, right there on Roman Reigns. And now Saints looking to thought maybe he's going to attack Roman Reigns there, but decided not to in that dire situation. And this is one of those matches, ladies and gentlemen, you just got to be careful in these situations. There's Dominic Mysterio taking out everybody. And now, the Dirty Dom could be his moment. Maybe not. He decides not to, as he tosses him in the corner. Oh, now the OTC looking to take out Drew, but now Roman attacking Solo Sikoa. Oh, and Saints with a nice DDT. And look at Javon Evans with a nice spinning maneuver. Uh-oh, it could be Ricky Saints' moment. It might be Ricky Saints' moment. Can he do it? Is he going to be the new Intercontinental Champion? Yes, he is. It is Ricky Saints. It is his moment. Coming from NXT, continued to learn under Johnny Gargano briefly, and eventually getting his moment. He looked very impressive in a Fatal 4-Way matchup. Nick Aldis giving him an opportunity of a lifetime, and just like that, Ricky Saints, right place, right time, climbs up the ladder after dealing with Dirty Dom, gets on top of the ladder, and he's able to unhook the Intercontinental Championship, and just like that, the absolute Ricky Saints is your Intercontinental Champion going forward on Friday nights. What a stinking matchup, ladies and gentlemen. A hard-hitting matchup. That's what you wanted to see. You got it. And just like that, Ricky Saints, the future of this business going through that man. He's your Intercontinental Champion. I can't wait to see what we build up to, especially with WrestlePalooza on the way. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the SmackDown Money in the Bank. Here live in Los Angeles, California, as the GOAT, John Cena, is here. And last time we saw Cena was on Friday Night SmackDown last night, taking on Trick Williams. Now, Trick Williams, I would say, dominated most of that matchup. And even eventually to where Cena, he had to adjust his strategy late, eventually was able to hit an attitude adjustment out of nowhere to knock off Trick Williams. That matchup between himself and Trick Williams, that was a hard-hitting matchup. That's what you love to see. Those guys tore it down, but Cena, the veteran that he is, was able to outlast Trick Williams despite taking multiple knees to the face. So, and all 6 superstars all participated last night. You had Chad Gable versus Grayson Waller. Chad Gable made Grayson Waller tap out. Cena pinned Trick Williams, and Obafemi pinned CM Punk. So, certainly a lot going on Friday Night SmackDown. Not all these guys are going to be 100%, I can tell you that. But, you know, climbing up that ladder, grabbing that briefcase, that is going to be a whole different ball game, to say the least. As here comes the leader of American Made, Chad Gable, who has been on a momentum train. And certainly, I honestly like, personally for myself, I like watching superstars that have not won a WWE championship, a superstar that's been fighting all of their career to get there. Chad Gable's a multi-time tag team champion here in the series. He just has not been able to win a singles championship so far. And hey, what better way to possibly do that than climbing up this ladder, grabbing that Money in the Bank briefcase, and doing something you've never been able to do before and win a WWE championship, win a world championship. It would do absolute wonders for him. As we still wait for your other competitors to get down to the ring, you know, I don't know what superstar necessarily, you know, yes, 3 superstars won out of, you know, the total of 6. And you can say, oh yeah, they get momentum. But, you know, certainly it's just being right place, right time. Like the matchup we saw tonight. Ricky Saints climbed up that ladder, He took out Dirty Dom just enough to hurry up and grab up that ladder, unhook that Intercontinental Championship. And we know they're in NXT before both Ricky Saints and Trick Williams moved up here to SmackDown. They had a rivalry brewing. So, I mean, you know, Ricky Saints, Intercontinental Champion. Does that mean Trick Williams is going to be Mr. Money in the Bank? That would do wonders for Trick Williams as well. So, I mean, this is what's so great about Money in the Bank. I know I keep saying like a broken record when I say it, but, you know, this is one of the best events for these superstars because you just don't know what's going to happen at the end of the day. Yeah, you can have these young and up-and-coming superstars having their breakout moment, or you could have a veteran, a future WWE Hall of Famer, you know, continue to build off their legacy with a Money in the Bank briefcase win, and then just obviously build up their career even more. Especially here in the bright lights of Los Angeles, California, you have to pull out all the stops. And sometimes you're going to see people try to put each other through tables, like we saw moments ago. You saw Matt Cardona and Dirty Dominic Mysterio fighting on top of a announce table. None of those guys wanted to go through the table, but certainly they were wanting to risk it all. As here comes Grayson Waller, feeling that Grayson Waller effect. We'll see how his ankle's feeling after tapping out to Chad Gable last night. Like I mentioned, not all these superstars are going to be 100% walking into tonight's festivities, but you know, if it's enough to climb up the ladder, grab that briefcase, you have a whole year to cash in that Money in the Bank briefcase. So you don't have to, you know, cash it in right away. If you're, say you're hurt, you can wait. You don't have to cash in. Take your time with it, and you know, advise a plan. Continue to build your status as a WWE superstar, and continue to dominate, or continue to get better and deal with these top tier talent here in WWE, because it feels like it's anyone's ball game, especially here on Friday Night SmackDown. And now here comes the best in the world, CM Punk. He was in an absolute war last night with Obafemi, but ultimately Obafemi walked out victorious. Doesn't mean Obafemi's going to win tonight, but CM Punk certainly put on a hellacious fight. And at Wrestlemania, CM Punk walked out with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and recently obviously cashed in. And then a little bit afterwards, you know, we saw the announcement from Triple H saying, hey, you know, on Monday Night Raw, we're bringing back the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. We're bringing it back. So, you know, you have all these superstars getting opportunities to qualify for these matches. CM Punk won his matchup, pinning Solo Sikoa in that Fatal 4-Way elimination matchup. Now CM Punk, within the year, within not even 6 months of winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then obviously cashing it in recently, a month or two ago, he could win another Money in the Bank briefcase. This is going to, you know, it could even add more to CM Punk. Obviously, he wants to face Joe Hendry, get that WWE Championship back. But right now, Joe Hendry is on fire right now. And I'm very curious to see what is next. He defeated CM Punk. Now, does CM Punk obviously want a rematch? Certainly. But what will Nick Aldis set up? Well, it certainly is going to depend on what happens with this matchup tonight. Will it be a veteran like CM Punk, John Cena? Will it be their moments? Or will it be the younger superstars, Trick Williams, Obafemi, Grayson Waller, Chad Gable, those type of superstars? Anything's going to give in this type of match. And now here comes the man that has been on fire as of late, that being Obafemi, the ruler of Friday Night SmackDown. Is this his moment to become Mr. Money in the Bank? And this man, his physique, man, it is crazy to see how he continues to look here in WWE's absolute monster. And he went to war last night with CM Punk. Both men busted wide open in that matchup, but all Obafemi, you know, that power game ultimately added up in that win last night against CM Punk. And, you know, having the likes of wins over the likes of CM Punk, John Cena. I mean, that's going to help climb up the rankings for sure. And if Obafemi, I mean, build off those wins for sure, climb up that ladder, grab that briefcase. But obviously this is a lot different than a normal one-on-one contest. He's going to have to outlast 5 other superstars. And for Obafemi, he did that in that fatal 4-way elimination matchup. He outlasted 3 other superstars. Now he's going to have to do it against 5 others to climb up that ladder and grab that Money in the Bank briefcase. Here we go. We are live and living color. I see CM Punk and Chad Gable going at it. We got Oba and Grayson and Trick Williams all fired up against John Cena here at ringside. And oh, wait a minute. Gable really working that, trying to work the leg there. I thought, no, Trick Williams getting physical with John Cena. Trick Williams knows that John Cena and himself were in a hellacious bout recently there on Friday Night SmackDown, so he figures if he takes out John Cena early, that is going to do wonders for him, and he'll be able to have to worry about one less person as Gable gets the knees up there to CM Punk. And now you got Williams and Obafemi, 2 young superstars going at it here. And oh, CM Punk trying to go for a suplex on Gable, but Gable's not going to allow that. And now Waller seems like he might be going after Cena, but some second thoughts. And now Gable gets tossed out to the outside, and so does Grayson Waller. Punk back inside briefly here, and now Williams tossed to the outside. No, wait a minute. Punk now, he's all by himself, middle of the ring. We could see Money in the Bank holder real quick like, but Obafemi is not going to allow that. As Oba about to drop the big elbow right across the chest of CM Punk. Trying to decimate Punk as much as possible. Obviously, like I mentioned before, all 6 men are not 100% after last night's Friday Night SmackDown. We'll see if they can continue to build up as Grayson Waller taking it to Cena there at ringside. And oh, Obafemi throwing the chair right at Gable and Williams. Didn't really affect him too much. As wait a minute, over the top rope, belly to belly, over the head suplex. And that was a hard landing for Punk. And now Obafemi, he's all by himself. As Waller is taking out Cena, Obafemi's literally all by himself here. This could be the ruler's easiest win here in his career. Obafemi, is he going to grab that briefcase? Oh, he is so close. Very, very close. As you get CM Punk, Obafemi, Grayson Waller. Gable takes out Cena. And now we got Gable and Trick Williams going at it. And now, oh, big stiff clothesline from behind. Obafemi taking down the best in the world. And now Oba looking to take out Grayson Waller here as well. Who would you guys like to see the SmackDown Mr. Money in the Bank become? Would you like to see a CM Punk or a John Cena win it? CM Punk won it at Wrestlemania. Or do you want to see a young superstar like let's say a Chad Gable, a Grayson Waller, Trick Williams, Obafemi, any of those 4 superstars walk out the new Mr. Money in the Bank as Obafemi catches CM Punk and tosses him right on top of Grayson Waller. And I believe someone's busted open. I don't know if it was CM Punk in that situation as a F10 to Chad Gable. Oh, it was John Cena that was busted wide open. Cena with a big cut, a big gash across his forehead there. And Cena with gets hit with a bulldog reversal. And now Gable almost hit with a choke slam, but Gable able to reverse that situation. And CM Punk using the table to his advantage as Waller easily tossing out Obafemi. Here comes Williams looking to use that table, and CM Punk though from behind. And Williams realized he was in a dire situation there and realized, I gotta hurry up and counter this. If not, this is not going to bode well. Big reversal, big takedown there as well. Back and forth we go. Nice suplex there from Chad Gable. And look, if I'm Gable, you allow Williams to do whatever he was thinking about doing there because it looked like someone was going to be going through the table. There's all 6 superstars in the ring at the moment as Obafemi and now Waller going to battle it out. CM Punk here looking for a GTS. And now Cena looking to use the table to his advantage, but Punk was not going to allow him that. Grayson Waller, I believe, with an unprettier there at ringside. And now a Hurricane Rana puts Punk through the table. And now over the top rope goes John Cena. And now Gable from the second rope. Big axe handle right across, but now fall from grace. Fall from grace there takes down Mr. Waller there at ringside. And now you got Gable and Obafemi going at it here. And oh my goodness, what a spine buster. As Trick Williams with a bookend of sorts. And now Trick Williams looking to capitalize after that big maneuver, takes out CM Punk. And Obafemi having to roll out the ring. You got a unconscious CM Punk. You got Waller, Gable, everyone else besides Obafemi at the moment. Key moment in this matchup. We knew this was going to be brutal, but this is all for the Money in the Bank briefcase on Friday Night SmackDown. Certainly is going to change somebody's career. Could be a veteran, it could be a younger guy. I don't know what it's going to look like as that trick shot, the knee right to Grayson Waller's face. What a clubbing strike to the dome. And now Cena. Oh, my goodness. Big hit there. And now Gable. This could be Gable's moment. It's a big choke slam on the apron. Gable trying to decide what he wants to do here. Obafemi feeling pretty good about himself as Gable tosses Grayson Waller in the corner. Cena, here we go. It could be Cena's moment. Could Cena do it? Oh, no. Trick Williams pushing Cena down. And that leaves Trick Williams and Chad Gable, the only superstars really in the ring, as Trick Williams with an attitude adjustment. As Waller climbing up the ladder outside the ring, I guess just to make sure he'd be able to hit something, I guess, as Cena with a side slam. As Punk and Obafemi continue to go at it here at ringside. Cena looking for that 5-knuckle shuffle. Cena. Bam! Right there to Trick Williams. And now Gable with, I believe that'd be almost like, what, a Pele kick of sorts? Obafemi busted wide open. I'm assuming that's from CM Punk. And now Chad Gable with a submission hold here on John Cena. Even if Cena were to tap out, obviously, it's not going to mean anything. Damage would be done, but it doesn't give him the win in the Money in the Bank briefcase. As Gable looking for a dominator here, I believe, of sorts, a different variation. Cena catches Waller. Going to go for the attitude adjustment. It is slipped out by Waller, and Waller tosses Cena over the top rope. And now Gable, hard landing. Now you got the young up-and-coming Trick Williams and Obafemi, the only 2 superstars going at it, as a vicious backbreaker. And now Obafemi looking to go high risk here as Waller introduces himself briefly. Uh-oh. Here comes the big man, the ruler. Big elbow to the back of the skull. And Waller taking out both Punk and Chad Gable there as well. Cena. Oh, Trick Williams with a low blow. Getting a little desperate in this matchup. I mean, it's perfectly legal. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do sometimes. As Waller taking it to CM Punk here briefly as they continue to go back and forth. CM Punk looking for the Anaconda Vice outside the ring. Big submission hold here from CM Punk. But obviously, even if... Oh, nice backbreaker, or back suplex. And now, wait a minute, here comes Gable. Gable with his own submission. We got ourselves a double submission. Now it's just single submission. Gable really working on the ankle, trying to break the ankle. As CM Punk now looking to focus on John Cena. I think Punk was looking to hit a GTS on Cena, but obviously that didn't work out. But a pump knee strike to Cena takes him out of the equation, and right now it is down to Punk and Obafemi. Williams getting up to his feet as Punk now going for a GTS to Obafemi, and that takes the ruler out of the equation. Nice maneuver there. Grayson Waller taken out of the equation as well. And now this is a perfect moment. If someone can grab a ladder all by himself, Chad Gable could grab a ladder. This could be his moment. A career-defining moment for this young man. Oh, is Trick Williams throwing the table at CM Punk. Gable. Is Gable going to do it? Money in the Bank briefcase. It could be his moment. Is it going to be enough? But Obafemi pushes him away. So stinking close. As Cena and CM Punk going at it here at ringside. And now looking for some snake eyes on the hardest part of the apron. As now Waller wants some of John Cena. Gable now. Gable's all by himself. Gable's all by himself as a fall from grace from Obafemi. Gable, it's going to be his moment. Chad Gable, he's going to realize a dream. He's going to do it. Chad Gable, he's going to do it. Chad Gable has done it. He is Mr. Money in the Bank. Wow, wow, wow. The leader of American Made has done it. Chad Gable now gets up to a year to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase. Anytime, any place, anytime. Holy crap. Wow, man. What a match. Unpredictability as it is. And now we are going to the tag team division, I do believe here, as it is time for American Made Brutus and Julius to try to become tag team champions. You saw it just now. Chad Gable, the new Mr. Money in the Bank on Friday Night SmackDown. Is absolutely massive for Chad Gable. Could have his moment of a lifetime. Perfect time. Everybody was fighting at ringside. He was there in the nick of time. CM Punk and Obafemi were in the ring, but they decided to fight each other instead of breaking up Chad Gable grabbing that briefcase. So on Friday nights, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be must see to really determine what Chad Gable is going to do as Mr. Money in the Bank. And could American Made add more by adding the tag team championships by defeating the Lucha Bros here very, very soon? I can't wait to see how this is going to pan out, ladies and gentlemen. A massive matchup on display. As now we wait for Penta and Rey Fenix to make their way down to the very ring. Two of the best one of the best tag teams we're going to ever see here in WWE. American Made looking to add more gold to their repertoire by knocking off Penta and Rey Fenix. But you know what these two luchadors do, ladies and gentlemen, they are out of this world. Penta, Rey Fenix, those Mexican destroyers, those frog splashes, just the high flying ability that we see from them. It's just absolutely out of this world.
Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 495 pounds, Brutus and Julius, the Creed Brothers. And their opponents at a combined weight of 409 pounds, the team of Rey Fenix and Penta.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the tag team championships to be defended. We got veteran referee John Cone as the referee, so it should be called right down the middle. As here we go, we got Brutus as well as Rey Fenix kicking us off. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go. Big time tag team matchup coming your way. And there's already been big news, ladies and gentlemen, about more tag teams coming to Friday Night SmackDown. If you missed the announcement recently on our social media page, the Hardy Boys are officially coming back to Universe Mode. Last time I do remember we had them in, I believe it was NXT, but now officially they are back here. They've been signed to Friday Night SmackDown officially. The question is, when will be the time we see them? Will we see them on the newest edition of Friday Night SmackDown, of building up to WrestlePalooza? I don't know what that looks like, but we can officially tell you the Hardy Boys are back. Matt and Jeff Hardy. And we've already seen some comments. People already want to see the Lucha Brothers versus the Hardy Boys. And that's just after that signing. We've already seen big comments about some tag team possible matches that some people want to see. And I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I'd love to see Lucha Bros and the Hardy Brothers. Certainly would be a great tag team match. I'd like to see the Creed Brothers and the Hardys. Pretty good tag team match up there. As now we got a package super kick into a package pile driver. Good combination, but it gives Julius some time to get himself tagged into the ring, and now Rey Fenix gonna use it to spring himself into that drop kick. Pinfall opportunity. Is this enough? No. Very close to a retainment there. And if you guys are just tuning in right now, it is for those prestigious WWE Tag Team Championship belts. As now you can see Julius just toying with the champions right now. And now Julius just tossing Rey Fenix as he should be. You got a powerful tag team like the Creed Brothers, and then you got the Lucha Libre superstars and Rey Fenix and Penta. Two different styles of pro wrestling. And this is not the only pay-per-view we got this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow night, we are going to be having NXT Heatwave. And certainly got ourselves a lot of big matches. A matchup I'm really looking forward to is the Battle of the El Grande Americanos. It'll be the start of a best of 7 between those two. Eventually, the superstar that gets the 4th win will be the official El Grande Americano, the only El Grande Americano. The other one will be unmasked. As Rey Fenix trying to get this Los Angeles crowd behind him here. Trying to build up some steam here a little bit. Here comes Rey Fenix off the ropes into the nice shining wizard right there to Julius. And I think so far tonight, I mean, you got to count for American Made. You got to believe it's already a win tonight. Having Chad Gable win the Money in the Bank briefcase, that's already a big win for them. Now they got to see if they can. Oh, they get in a 3-point stance. Double shoulder tackle, taking down Rey Fenix. But Chad Gable wins the Money in the Bank briefcase. These guys could win the tag team titles tonight, and then Ivy Nile later on in the evening, she'll be in action for the SmackDown Women's Money in the Bank matchup. Let's hold on. Brutus trying to make Rey Fenix tap out here, center of the ring, but Rey Fenix able to slip out of it, looks like, with those sharp elbows. I wouldn't be able to take much of that. I mean, those strikes are absolutely brutal. Look at that maneuver from Rey Fenix. We've seen that a handful of times, but every time I see it, I mean, it's mesmerizing for sure. As now Rey Fenix, oh, look at this, looking for a muscle buster. Oh no, he turns it into a different type of maneuver. That very innovative there from Rey Fenix, looking to retain the tag team titles. Is this enough? No, 2.5. Matchup continues for American Made. Let's see what Rey Fenix can do here. And Penta and Rey Fenix working quite well together. Obviously working well because they are brothers, but we'll see if they can continue this. Hook of the leg, pinfall here. Will this be enough to retain? Ooh, just a 1 count. Matchup continues. Still to come tonight, plenty of Money in the Bank action for the Raw and women's side. But tonight's main event, we'll see Stephanie Vaquer, Miss Queen of the Ring. She gets her finally a singles opportunity as she takes on Kalani Jordan one-on-one in the main event. We were supposed to see a big tag team matchup between Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, and Carmelo Hayes and Kalani Jordan, but that ended up being in just a backstage brawl between both of those teams, so we didn't end up seeing that tag team matchup. And we'll see if Kalani Jordan is able to get her mind right and back to focusing on Stephanie Vaquer. Because if not, we're going to see a new Women's World Champion in the main event. There's now a hard Irish whip into the corner. Let's see what Julius can set up here. Going for a scoop slam. Penta, big DDT, drops down Julius. Oh, and a big knee right to the midsection. And now a belly-to-belly over-the-head suplex. And that is a harsh landing there as Rey Fenix gets himself tagged in. And I don't blame Penta for wanting to get a tag. That was a hard landing around the neck area. And just like that, the same thing happens to Rey Fenix. Definitely not the best feeling in the world. And now Julius going to look to do some more damage and take out Penta in the process. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, not a belly-to-belly from the corner now. And look at Rey Fenix saving his brother possibly more harm there. Oh, big super kick to the knee. But Julius right back up to his feet. Look at this, man. But he moonsaults over him. He overshot it. That would have been an interesting combination. No, into the pinfall. Here comes Brutus. And he's able to break it up. Back and forth we go. A highly competitive tag team matchup. It is for the WWE Tag Team Championships. And later on tonight, we're going to see another tag team matchup as the Usos take on Awesome Truth for those tag team championships. Usos winning over the Vision on Monday Night Raw via a countout. I believe it was Jey Uso hitting a big submission on, I don't remember if it was Logan Paul or Theory at ringside, but ultimately Jey Uso would get back in the ring with a second left over to spare. The super kick there from Phoenix into the super kick again. Also tonight, Nikki Bella defends her Women's U.S. Championship against the Glamour Blake Monroe later on tonight. I'm really intrigued on seeing how Nikki Bella can fare. And obviously on Monday Night Raw, if you did miss it, we saw it was as Penta feeling pretty good about himself. Uh-oh, from behind. Wait a minute, I'll hold on to my thought about that as here comes Brutus with an overhead slam. But like I was trying to say there, we had, Nikki Bella say, hey, you know what, I want to focus on the singles division, and I hope my sister understands that, but, we brought somebody back to help out Brie in the tag team division. Well, and that happened to be Paige. And Paige came back, and they had a women's tag team match. It was Brie Bella and Paige tag teaming to take on Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, and Jade and Bianca ended up winning that tag team women's matchup. So we'll see how that fares for Nikki Bella, the Bella Twins, and in general with adding Paige to that. As now Penta, good for maybe a super kick possibly. Oh, nope. Oh, nice reversal from Brutus. Saw it, had it well scouted, and now big time Irish whip into the corner. Uh-oh. What's American Made about to do? Here we go. Brutus ball, but this one it was from Julius, so the Julius ball right there to Penta. Is this it, new champions? No, Rey Fenix right there to save the day. And now the straps are down. Julius Creed is ready to win this matchup, or at least he thought. He was in a big battle royal on Friday Night SmackDown to get himself this opportunity for his tag team. As Rey Fenix gets tagged in after that sling blade from Penta. Can Rey Fenix put this match away for them to retain? Big super kick. And now, walking the ropes a little bit into a nice drop kick. Turns Julius inside out. Referee watches on as now pinfall opportunity. 2.5. Matchup continues. Rey Fenix talking a little trash to Julius, telling him to get up to his feet. And now, Rey Fenix, here we go, has him up. Oh, look at these knees. Oh! Almost like a pile driver type of move, or like a brain buster. And that almost was enough. But Julius able to kick out at 2.5. Brutus probably would have gotten there last second. As Rey Fenix eats the double knees from Julius. Now can Julius capitalize on a big mistake from Rey Fenix? Now Julius and Brutus are going to try to cut off this ring, look to inflict some pain. Oh, vicious knees right to the ribs. They are not playing around there. Ooh. I think that maneuver really is going to help them out, keeping Rey Fenix down really to where he can't start running around this ring as fast as possible. And now Fenix looking to use the ropes to his advantage, but over the top rope he goes. And Brutus is all fired up as he should be. Referee going to use the count out to his advantage here if we need to. So it favors Penta and Rey Fenix in this matchup. So American Made technically could win via a count out, but it doesn't get them the tag team championships. Referee at a 5. Fenix starting to stir up to his feet. Rey Fenix looking to take down Julius here. And Cone's trying to tell him to get back inside. He has to get back inside, and he does. Well, actually, think about it. He doesn't have to, but he does. That's what a maneuver there from Rey Fenix. As Penta gets tagged in, let's see if Penta can bring some more damage here. Oh, nice enziguri. Takes down Creed, and now going to use the ropes to his advantage to double stomp him in the corner. Uh-oh. Penta tossing that glove into the crowd. About to show you some no fear type of tendencies. At least so we thought. And now, good old-fashioned bear hug to Penta. Will Penta have to tap out here? No. At least not yet. He's fighting out of it. At least he's attempting to. And he does. As Penta gets tossed into his corner. Let's see what Brutus can set up here. Look to get a little bit more brutal here. Ooh, big clubbing blow. And now, Brutus, nope, didn't work out. Penta now, looking for the Penta driver to Brutus. Down he goes. That could be it. Penta, though, not going for the pinfall off of that. Penta trying to get the crowd behind him. He's signaling the end is near. Penta, I think he was thinking about that Mexican destroyer. But he's getting a little bit too complacent, I believe. He's trying to do too much. He didn't need to try to do that, but it might be screwing him here in the end. As now American Made looking to capitalize on a big mistake from Penta. But Penta has him on the corner. Let's see what he can set up here. Uh-oh. Looking for a DDT here. DDT spikes him straight on the apron. And now Penta going to bring his sights to Brutus, but Brutus now going to do something against him. Brutus, oh, what a power bomb. That is not going to feel too good for the former multi-time European champion, plus the current tag team champion. They are currently under, I believe it's the second reign as WWE champion. Referee is now at a 6. He's got to get him back inside the ring if they want to win the WWE Tag Team Championships. Referee is now at an 8. We're getting closer here. Julius has to hurry up and get back in, and he does. Here we go with a big tag here from Brutus and Julius, building up some more momentum. And now they're going to do it to Penta here. They're going to work the midsection, the rib cage of Penta now. And I like this maneuver, back and forth, really working on both sides of the rib cage to where Penta and Rey Fenix cannot continue to just run around when they want to. It's eventually going to add up to something. As now our Irish whip into the corner. Penta now might have him right where he wants him. Oh, nice close. Oh, here we go, Penta. Backstabber. Backstabber there to Brutus. And now Rey Fenix gets himself a tag in this monumental match here. Looking to slowly but surely get himself more. So I'm going to use some agility. Rey Fenix with a nice standing drop kick. Pinfall. Hook of the leg. Middle of the ring. Nowhere to go. But an easy kick out at 1.5. Coming up here very soon, we're going to start getting to the Raw Money in the Bank situations for the men and women's Money in the Bank. Certainly, looking at that Monday Night Raw side for both the men's and women's side, I mean, it's anyone's ball game. If you look at up and down the card there, especially, I mean, we still got SmackDown's Money in the Bank matches as well for the women's side of things, but you know the women's Money in the Bank matchup is. Hold on in just a second. We're about to see a Julius ball here. Bam! He hits all of it to Rey Fenix. Is that enough? Gonna go for the pinfall, hook of the leg, but Penta is right there to save the day. But also, so in the men's, we'll talk about the men's first here, ladies and gentlemen. For the men's side, for the Raw Money in the Bank, as Julius gonna go high risk here, and look at that maneuver from Mr. Julius Creed. That could be enough to win the tag titles. No, very close, very, very close there, ladies and gentlemen. Just not enough to keep Rey Fenix down. Say another harsh landing, but. Going back to the Raw men's Money in the Bank, you have The Miz, Bronson Reed, Carmelo Hayes, Rusev, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes. Then you look at the women's side of things. You have Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Lyra Valkyria, Michin, Tiffany Stratton, and Naomi. Plus, you jump over to Friday Night SmackDown, you look at that matchup, you got Raquel Rodriguez, Io Sky, Charlotte, Ivy Nile, Julia, and AJ Lee. How star-studded are those? Up and down, I mean, the unpredictability is there. Now Julius with a hard Irish whip into their corner. Let's see what they can muster up here. Big tag here, and now we're going to see what it actually should be. It's a big old Brutus ball from the big man, Brutus. What a cannonball maneuver. That could be it. Is it enough? Ooh, could have been at least a 2, but Penta, the Lucha Libre superstar, the fast Penta, got there just in the nick of time. Uh-oh, Rey Fenix. Luckily for Brutus, he was going to be in a bad way if Rey Fenix was going to be able to connect with that. But Brutus doesn't care. He runs right through Rey Fenix. And now Brutus, big old scoop slam coming our way. Looking to do some damage, but that might be enough for Julius. Watching on his brother, able to connect with a big elbow right to the midsection, or I should say that lower back of Rey Fenix. And Rey Fenix was just trying to get a tag to his brother, but right now he's eating a lot of damage. Could we see American Made in a matter of moments walking out the new tag team champions? As a roll up here, roll up of Julius Creed. Are we going to see a retainment? 2? No, very close. Very, very close, but the matchup continues. Uh-oh. Rey Fenix looking for a Mexican Destroyer. Turns him inside out. Drops him on his head and neck area. Julius is down and out. Penta gets the tag in. We'll see if Penta can put the cherry on top of the sundae and put this match away and see a retainment of those tag team titles. Feels like this is anyone's ball game at this moment. We've seen a lot of big maneuvers from both sides. And now Brutus, big scoop slam, takes down the ever dangerous Penta. And now the big man Brutus looking to fly. Uh-oh. Brutus, what does he have in store for Penta? Big cannonball this time around. Doesn't have to be assisted. And that may be enough to put Penta away. Pinfall, 1, 2. Oh, 2.5. Penta stays alive. Question is, how much more though? There's a big spear in the corner, but it was countered by Penta. Vicious DDT. You know, every move right now is crucial in the later parts of this matchup as a Mexican Destroyer out of nowhere. And Julius right there to break it up, not even a 1 count. Julius saw the danger of that Mexican Destroyer and how fast Penta hit that. The velocity on that too. I'm surprised Brutus is even able to move at this point. And now here we go. Big tag there from Brutus. Julius now. Here he comes. Big running knee right across the face there of Penta. Like we mentioned before, later on tonight, the Usos will be challenging Awesome Truth, Miz, and R-Truth for those tag team championships. And Miz is pulling double duty tonight. Not only challenging for or defending the world tag titles, but also he's looking to become Mr. Money in the Bank. Big opportunity to say the least for sure. I can't wait to see how that all pans out. But that puts Miz at a disadvantage, pulling 2 matches in a dangerous night. So that doesn't favor Miz and R-Truth. That doesn't mean that they can't win tonight, but certainly it doesn't favor them. It just depends on, if the tag team match is first or if it's the ladder match. And trying to help out his brother there as Julius releases him with a nice slam up in the air. Julius is trying to run past Rey Fenix, but he said, screw it. I'll connect with a brutal belly-to-belly suplex. Now big Irish whip once again into the corner. Both teams have been very physical tonight. We've seen all sorts of different maneuvers from, Mexican destroyers to cannonballs to everything in between. Both tag teams have hit it all, it seems, from at least what I've seen of their repertoires. Doesn't mean they can't pull out something else. So now Irish whip off the ropes. Rey Fenix. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. I've never seen a backbreaker like that. If I have, it's very rare to see something like that. But that was an absolute lovely maneuver. Absolutely destroying of the spine maneuver there from Rey Fenix. Now big tag here from both men. Uh-oh. I think we're going to see that super kick pile driver combination. Bam! Into the pile driver. But look at Brutus. He's doing the right thing. Getting himself at least to the corner to where he could have attempted a tag. And now Rey Fenix showing you that speed and agility into a nice drop kick. Certainly one of those hard-hitting matches you love to see when it comes to professional tag team wrestling. Putting tag team wrestling on display. There's a nice sling blade there from Penta. Let's see what Penta can muster up here. I mean, he took that glove off earlier, wasn't able to hit that no fear trying to break the arm type of situation that he normally does. As Brutus with a reversal tosses him into enemy territory, or friendly territory. Brutus now building up some speed, but again getting caught with a DDT. I swear this referee keeps going to the camera angles that our producers keep showing here. As now let's see what Penta can hit here. As he stands over Brutus Creed. Here we go. Uh-oh. Oh, man. You could hear that from the cheap seats. Is that a knockout blow? 1, 2, 3. Oh, my goodness. So close. That palm hand strike across the chest was almost enough. And uh-oh. Wait a minute. I think Penta, he may have been thinking about taking him off that announce table, pardon me, the topper for it, but decided not to. And now Penta gonna look to continue to capitalize here. Big moment for Penta here. Into the corner. Oh, big chop. Uh-oh. And now Penta. Uh-oh, we've seen this before. Penta looking to put this match away. Looking for the Avalanche Mexican Destroyer. Is this it? 1, 2, 3 it is. The Lucha Brothers retain the Tag Team Championships. What a matchup. What an absolute brutal matchup, ladies and gentlemen. You love to see that go down, but the Lucha Brothers, they put on a clinic, and that's why they are the Tag Team Champion. Able to get them back at SummerSlam, and now their first retainment. And we'll see what's next for the Lucha Bros very, very soon, a part of the Friday Night SmackDown roster. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the men's Money in the Bank for the Monday Night Raw side of things. As there is the Viper, Randy Orton, a man that lost his United States Championship just recently here on Monday Night Raw. Royce Keys, he won the United States Championship. He attacked Randy Orton briefly before, not before their actual matchup recently, but after Randy Orton retained it over Shinsuke Nakamura at SummerSlam. Royce Keys was sick of having to wait around, and he did just that, attacking Randy, and then eventually gets his championship opportunity against Randy Orton, and Royce Keys brought the fight to Randy Orton. As now Randy Orton now gets an opportunity to move up, to go after a championship he hasn't held here in Universe Mode in a very long time. But this is the World Heavyweight Championship. He's held the WWE Championship here in Universe Mode, but he has not won the World Heavyweight Championship. But if he wins the Money in the Bank briefcase tonight, he can cash in on LA Knight anytime, any place, anywhere. And if you guys are wondering, wait, LA Knight, what do you mean? Well, you missed it on Friday or on Monday Night Raw, where LA Knight and Sami Zayn had a World Heavyweight Championship match, and LA Knight defeated Sami Zayn to become the World Heavyweight Champion. This is LA Knight's second reign with that World Heavyweight Championship. We'll see how far this time around he goes. But there's 6 big names in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, from top-tier talent to underrated talent, and anything could happen. And earlier on tonight, we saw Ricky Saints win the Intercontinental Championship, and then for the SmackDown men's side of things, we saw Chad Gable, win the Money in the Bank briefcase. So the question is, who is going to be joining Chad Gable as the men's Money in the Bank winners? Could it be Randy Orton? Randy Orton believes it's his time. Suffered a little bit of a setback on Monday Night Raw, but hey, some doors close and doors open. You know, some doors close, other doors open in certain situations. The U.S. Championship, you know, maybe it was his time to drop it, but now he's moving on to try to win that Money in the Bank briefcase. If he doesn't win, I'm very curious to see where Randy Orton does go. Does he try to go back after that U.S. Championship? I mean, we didn't really get to see too much of that. I'd like to maybe see a little bit more between Royce and Randy, but that may not happen. It depends on what Adam Pearce wants to do, and also what Randy Orton may want to do, get some more revenge on the likes of Royce Keys. As the next man to make his way down to the very ring here live tonight on Monday Night Raw for this big edition of Money in the Bank, it is Carmelo Hayes, who certainly had himself a hellacious night on Monday Night Raw. It was himself and Kalani Jordan taking on Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Matchup never happened because those 4 met backstage in what it seemed to be almost like a parking lot brawl situation. And it seemed like Carmelo Hayes and Kalani Jordan did get the upper hand before we did switch it to our next matchup. But, you know, Carmelo Hayes, he could be the man that climbs up that ladder, grabs that briefcase. It's 6 men. Only one can walk out victorious. Carmelo Hayes believes it's his moment. He is a former NXT champion, former SmackDown Tag Team champion, and he would love to have himself Mr. Money in the Bank there on Monday Night Raw, where he can hold that up to a whole entire year. And now, here comes the A-lister, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, The Miz. And The Miz has to defend his Tag Team Championships tonight with R-Truth later on tonight against the Usos. And we all know that matchup is going to be very physical, is going to be very brutal. Not only this matchup, but he's going to have to defend it later on And so I got to believe it's going to favor the Usos. And I hate saying that for Miz and R-Truth. I'm not counting them out, but, you know, it's you go from one of the brutal matches, a ladder match, to a tag team matchup later on to where you're not going to be 100%. And that's going to favor the Usos, you know, Jay and Jimmy. But like I said, you can't count out the tag team champions. We'll see how it fares later on tonight. But big moment for The Miz. He has won the Intercontinental Championship before. He's won the tag team titles before. Obviously, current tag team champion. Miz now looking to have that Money in the Bank briefcase to where he wins that, he can cash in, and all of a sudden, you know, Miz could be on top of Monday Night Raw. And certainly, you know, LA Knight has surpassed The Miz in the terms of trash talking and all sorts of stuff throughout their career. Everything could come back into fruition where we could see Miz and LA Knight battle it out for the world title. As now we wait for our next superstar to make his presence known here on Money in the Bank here live in Los Angeles, California. Who is the next man to make his way down to the ring? It is the Redeemer, the Bulgarian brute, Rusev. As you can see his eyes, look at that entrance right there. You can see that kind of his eyes are a little reddish there in that darkness. A little aura farming here from Rusev, but this man, the ever dangerous Rusev, he's been getting better too ever since coming back here to WWE. You know, some tremendous wins, especially in that fatal four-way elimination matchup that he had. Oh my goodness. Came down to him and Seth Rollins, and probably people were thinking Seth Rollins was going to defeat Rusev, but Rusev made Rollins tap out. And even after the matchup, Rusev was really wrenching in that accolade. So Rusev does not give a damn who you are, good guy, bad guy, in between. Rusev only cares about himself, and that very well could get him the championship of a lifetime, that being that World Heavyweight Championship. Could Rusev be the face of Monday Night Raw? I know years and years ago he could have been the face of, you know, Friday Night SmackDown with Rusev Day himself and Aiden English, and really working on taking over Friday Night SmackDown at that time. But now here on Monday Night Raw, we'll see how he fares, as here comes Bronson Reed from The Vision. Could we see some tsunamis tonight from Bronson Reed? Maybe through a table, maybe through a ladder, or maybe how deadly he could be. He could put it through a chair, put someone on top of a chair awkwardly and hit it. Oh my goodness, I guarantee that would not feel good for his opponent. But for Bronson Reed, he's had a really good couple years, I would say. Multi-time champion with the likes of being a $1 million champion, United States champion as well here in the series. So Bronson Reed would love to add himself in the main event picture and grabbing that briefcase. That would make the Vision even more dangerous, because the Vision could help Bronson Reed become world champion. Could you imagine what that would look like? You know, you have Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, Becky Lynch, all of them working together to make Bronson Reed the top guy in all of WWE. How crazy would that be looking? Vision are already dangerous as they are. But now we wait for the last competitor here from Monday Night Raw representing this Money in the Bank matchup. It is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And if you watched Monday Night Raw recently on the latest edition of Raw, after LA Knight became World Heavyweight Champion, this man, Cody Rhodes, appeared out of nowhere and went face to face with LA Knight, signaling, saying, hey, you know what, I'm coming for that World Heavyweight Championship. I'm winning that Money in the Bank briefcase, and me and you are going to go at it. And for Cody Rhodes, he did lose that NXT Championship there. He held it from the first night after NXT Stand and Deliver. That first night of NXT, defeated Dragon Lee and had it for a couple months before losing it at SummerSlam to Johnny Gargano. But then Cody Rhodes wins a fatal four-way matchup. It comes down to him and Gunther in that fatal four-way, and ultimately Cody Rhodes wins it. Now Cody Rhodes is in this Money in the Bank matchup, and he's going to have to outlast 5 other superstars, climb up that ladder, and change his career. He wants to hold that championship that his daddy has held back when he wrestled. He finished, thing is, for Cody Rhodes, when he came back into WWE, he finished his story pretty fast. It was the night after Survivor Series when he already helped Monday Night Raw survive. He pinned Hulk Hogan to survive Monday Night Raw, to keep Monday Night Raw around. If he would have lost, Monday Night Raw would have become Monday Night Nitro at that time. As the matchup starts here live. And then the night after, it was Samoa Joe, Drew McIntyre, and Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. And, well, we saw how that happened. Cody Rhodes won that matchup. And a hard-hitting matchup for sure. Because you got Cody and Rusev going at it. Randy and The Miz going at it. And now Bronson Reed, what is he thinking about doing? I think he was going to try to grab a chair or something, but realized that it's not like the usual setup that we normally have on a Monday Night Raw. And the nice stiff clothesline there from Carmelo. And Randy and Rusev going at it here at ringside. Nice maneuver there from Hayes, but I believe Rhodes got his feet up, and a nice moonsault there from Cody. And there's no love lost between Miz and Bronson Reed. We certainly remember what happened there a number of months ago when certainly Reed and Breakker destroyed Miz and R-Truth backstage there. And we weren't even sure if that championship match at SummerSlam was going to happen. Eventually happened because R-Truth, out of everybody, decided to attack Jacob Fatu in that matchup against it was Tala Tonga and Jacob Fatu, I believe, at that matchup. There's all 6 superstars going at it here at ringside. Oh, Hayes, what is he thinking about doing? Oh my goodness. Almost like a code breaker, neck breaker combination there is Reed with a nice side slam there. And now Rhodes all fired up here, trying to wake himself up here a little bit. And now Rusev gets tossed right next to Bronson Reed. And now all of a sudden everybody's back in the ring as soon as Miz brought a ladder in. And, oh, nice maneuver there from Cody. Randy and Reed going at it. It's all to become Mr. Money in the Bank. Oh, nice reversal from Cody. Uh-oh, maybe getting a little extreme here. Bronson Reed bringing out the tables. We'll see if that table comes back to haunt Reed or if it will actually help him out. As Miz using the ropes to his advantage. Hold on just a minute. Carmelo Hayes. This could be Carmelo Hayes' moment, ladies and gentlemen. But Bronson Reed. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, a 3-for-1 special. Hayes, Miz, and Orton were going down. Reed catches Miz, though. And that's what the problem is with these matches. If you don't keep your eye on the ladder, somebody's going to hurry up and grab that briefcase. And earlier on tonight, we saw Ricky Saints grab the Intercontinental Championship, and Gable grabbed the Mr. Money in the Bank briefcase. As Cody Rhodes, crossroads to Rusev. Bronson Reed with a Death Valley driver. And no, Cody Rhodes easily tossed over the top rope. And now Bronson Reed going to use the ropes to his advantage. Oh, wait, no, he's not. Oh, my goodness. Tossing over the top. I thought this was going to be like using the ropes almost like almost like a snake eyes situation, but that didn't work out. As Hayes and Rhodes continuing to go at it ringside. Here comes Rusev with that spinning side slam. Almost like a Uranagi of sorts. Bronson Reed all by himself in the middle of the ring. Bronson Reed, he could be the man here. Uh-oh. Reed, oh, he's lucky. Very lucky to be able to move that. It's very stiff to try to move a big man like Bronson Reed on top of that ladder. As Carmelo Hayes and again Cody Rhodes still working on each other here at ringside. Trying to one-up Cody Rhodes as much as possible. And now a Uranagi from Carmelo Hayes. And now here comes Orton looking to surprise attack him with the chair. Did not work out in his favor. As now you got Miz, Rusev, and Reed going at it. But now Rusev, he's all by himself here. This could be Rusev's moment. But maybe he sensed Carmelo Hayes coming in there. I'm surprised he didn't try to give himself an opportunity. And now Exploder suplex into the corner. all hell loose, breaking loose right in front of the announcer's table. Carmelo Hayes is all by himself, ladies and gentlemen. This might be his moment. Of course, as soon as I say that, Reed did come in the ring at the perfect time with a nice DDT. And that might be enough. That might get Carmelo Hayes. It might get Carmelo Hayes here, but Miz realizing it. But Bronson Reed, Carmelo Hayes is going to do it. Yes, he does. Carmelo Hayes is Mr. Money in the Bank on Monday Night Raw. Wow, wow, wow. That's what you always got to keep an eye on, somebody in the ring, ladies and gentlemen, because you just never know what might happen. But Hayes is money. Wow, wow. So Chad Gable from Friday Night SmackDown, Carmelo Hayes here on Monday Night Raw. I can't wait to see the build-ups with those Money in the Bank briefcases. And now it is time for the World Tag Team Championships to be defended. The Usos making their way down to the very ring. Let's see if they can become the World Tag Team Champions. Jay and Jimmy looking to once again add some tag team gold to their already impressive repertoire here in Universe Mode. And like we mentioned before on a Monday Night Raw, obviously the New Day are no longer here in Universe Mode, despite Kofi Kingston recently getting involved in a Grayson Waller matchup on Friday Night SmackDown. Maybe that was his goodbye to try to get Grayson Waller a win. But nonetheless, the Usos are taking on Awesome Truth. And Miz, he was just in this matchup. And whoever booked these matches here on at this pay-per-view must have not taken that into consideration. But hey, it's going to give Miz a opportunity. There wasn't too much going on in that matchup, so maybe it saves the Miz. But we're about to find out in this World Tag Team matchup. Miz running backstage after that matchup to try to get with R-Truth. But his body's got to be brutalized to an extent. We'll see how he fares. If I'm Miz and R-Truth, I think R-Truth has to start the matchup for a little bit, give Miz a little bit of a breather to get himself an opportunity. Certainly having a big situation like we do currently with the Money in the Bank briefcase holders, I think it turned out great, if I'm honest with you. It's two superstars that have never held a world title on Raw or SmackDown. Carmelo Hayes, he's held the NXT Championship, but it wasn't that long, because after that matchup, when he became champion, CM Punk cashed in his opportunity there on NXT, faced off with Carmelo Hayes, and took that NXT Championship away from him. So I really don't count that championship reign. It counts in the record books, but it doesn't count for that long.
Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 493 pounds, Jimmy Uso and Jay Uso. And their opponents at a combined weight of 441 pounds, the team of R-Truth and The Miz.
As it is time for the Tag Team Championships to be defended here live tonight. Cannot wait to see how this is going to fare for the Tag Team division. Miz is not going to be 100%. We're about to find out if that even matters. This is Jimmy Uso and R-Truth kicking us off. Referee has officially rung the bell, and a big super kick early to R-Truth. I'm still buzzing after those Money in the Bank matches, ladies and gentlemen. That is absolutely huge to see for that men's division. Carmelo Hayes on Monday Night Raw. He calls himself him, and it worked out tonight for the Miz. Or not Miz, sorry, Carmelo Hayes, as Miz watches on between himself and R-Truth. Jey Uso, super kick, but Truth catches him. Big time haymaker. But I think Carmelo Hayes winning that is perfect. The young up-and-coming superstar. Chad Gable, he has purposely grown more and more every time you've seen him. And, he gets his opportunity of a lifetime. Too bad that, American Made didn't win the tag titles tonight, but, Ivy Nile still has an opportunity tonight to win that Money in the Bank briefcase. Big opportunity there, but, I'm very happy with how everything turned out for Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis when it comes to those Money in the Bank situations for the men's side. I'm curious to see what the SmackDown and Raw side of things is going to look like for the women's division. There's women that have been well accomplished, and then there's women that are still looking for their breakout opportunity. Does that same results occur from what we saw in the men's division, or will it be those superstars that have held major championships before? We're about to find that out. As Jay working with R-Truth here in the corner. Oh, big clubbing blow to the spine area. That ain't gonna feel good. And certainly R-Truth didn't like taking that to the back, but he ain't gonna like taking it to the front because he gets super kicked right in the dome. And now Jey Uso bouncing off the ropes into a nice sliding clothesline. Takes down one half of the tag team champions. And now, right into the corner, R-Truth looking to go to work on Jey Uso. And now over the top rope he goes, big takedown. No, Jey Uso able to counter it. Just when you thought maybe R-Truth might be able to roll a combination pinfall off of it, not able to, as Jay turns R-Truth inside out. Oh, that was a stiff super kick to the face. I can tell you that ain't going to feel good if you continue to take something like that in this matchup. As Jey Uso again tossed into his own corner. R-Truth looks like he's going to go to the well one more time here. Didn't work out moments ago, and it certainly looks like it won't work again. Went to the well one too many times, and that was a devastating kick, a big cut across the forehead. And now Miz will look to have to go to work here, but he gets speared out of nowhere. R-Truth taken out of the situation. Now Jey Uso looking to connect with an Uso splash. Is that enough? Jey Uso not going for the pinfall. Now he is a little delayed there. I think that might cost him. 2. 2.5. I think that does cost him. That split delay. I think if he goes for the pinfall combination off of that, I think he wins this matchup. As now Jay again setting him up. Here we go. Super kick, but he took too long, and Miz able to capitalize with a big reversal. Well, at least momentarily it seemed like he was going to be able to capitalize. As now Miz slips out of it. Here we go. The A-lister not looking too bad. Trying to keep himself in this matchup as long as possible. Certainly was not expecting to get speared by Jey Uso in the first moments into the matchup. As backbreaker, neck breaker combination. As now Miz. Miz maybe looking for that running knee. And it connect. No, it gets blocked. Big block from Jey Uso. Main event Jey Uso with a big block. And now we get ourselves a big Irish whip in the corner. What can Jay muster up with his brother? Here we go, big tag. Into a double super kick there to the Miz. But it gets Miz himself a tag. And now you get R-Truth and Jimmy Uso. How we started. Samoan drop to Truth. Big old Samoan drop. As Miz taking his time to recuperate there at ringside. Truth needs to keep them going as much as heavenly possible. Truth looking to retain the tag team titles. 1. No, just a 1 count. There's Truth now. Hard Irish whip in the corner. Gonna maybe get some frequent tags with Miz. They just need to target one of the Usos and really just go at him for a long period of time. And now Miz looking for that running knee again. He missed earlier on tonight, but this time around he connects on Jimmy. Pinfall. Referee in position. 1, 2. No. Very close. 2.5 though. Big tag. Here comes R-Truth. Ron Killings looking to make a statement here. Oh, what a pivotal reversal from Jimmy. It stuns him, but R-Truth, vintage R-Truth, into a stiff clothesline. That was a stiff clothesline across the face. And now R-Truth, here we go. R-Truth bouncing himself off the ropes to his childhood hero John Cena, but Jimmy Uso saw it coming. Back and forth we go between Jimmy Uso and R-Truth. Jimmy, one step ahead. Big Jim. Everything since R-Truth and Jimmy Uso were going at it, I think of little Jimmy, R-Truth's little imaginary friend. Every time I have to think about it when they're facing off here. Double kip up there from Miz and Jimmy Uso. And now, Jimmy looking to inflict some pain there on R-Truth. Looking for electric chair. Down goes Jimmy Uso. Now into the pinfall. Looking to, wait a minute. Looking to steal a victory. Looking to retain the tag titles. 2.5. Very close. Matchup continues though. What can Miz and R-Truth muster up here in the final stages of this matchup? And now here comes Uso. Sit out powerbomb. Very, very effective. Now Big Jim gonna get the tag to Jay. Let's see what Jay can muster up here against the A-lister. Jay, is he thinking? Super Kick City here. Bam! He hit it flush. Knockout blow. New tag champions on the way. 2. No, 2.5. Jey Uso almost had him. He hit the spear and Uso splash combination earlier on tonight. And now Jay, DDT on the Miz. And Jay is firing himself up here right now. Feels like he's pretty close to maybe becoming tag team champions once again in his career. The A-lister has something else in mind here. He's going to work that knee. Why not work the knee? Work that quad as much as heavenly possible as R-Truth gets the tag back inside. Both men running into each other, not too sure what they want to try to set up in this dire situation. It's a nice power slam from Truth. It's all for the World Tag Team Championships, ladies and gentlemen. The last tag team matchup of the evening. And now Big Jim gets a tag in the ring as Truth trying to survive there in the corner. Big Jim taking his time. When he is the challenger. But a spear! He waited for Truth. He baited Truth just so he could spear the living daylights out of him. Pinfall right in front of the Miz, and certainly Jimmy should have at least dragged it away, or at least blocked the ropes from Miz getting in, but didn't work out that way, and the matchup will continue despite that big spear from Jimmy Uso. Truth again going to the well one more time here. It didn't work against Jay, but it works against Jimmy. And now again another clothesline that is reversed. A lot of reversals in this tag team matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in, this is for the World Tag Team Championships. Currently Awesome Truth, Miz, and R-Truth are the current World Tag Team Champions. We'll see if they can continue that reign as Tag Team Champions. As look at Jimmy Uso raking the face, raking that already open wound that Truth has. Now a hard Irish whip into the corner. Let's see what the Usos can set up here with Truth. Big tag here. Let's see what the Usos can set up. Is it time for a 1D here in Los Angeles? 1D to R-Truth. Is that enough? Pinfall opportunity. Referee is there. 2.5. Luckily Miz was going to be late for that. Luckily R-Truth was able to kick out. And R-Truth with another reversal. Big clubbing blow from Truth, trying to take him down to the outside, it seems. But Jey Uso taking one too many punches and was able to reverse it. And now Truth looking to steal it one. Is he going to do it? No. Always got to keep your opponent on their heels, and that's certainly one way to do it. Trying to do a pinfall out of nowhere. And now Truth with a flapjack takedown. Absolute brutal maneuver landing on your midsection there. And now the A-lister, a man that just came off a Money in the Bank matchup just moments ago, having to deal with the Usos here. And now, here we go with a big tag. Are we thinking 1D one more time? To Miz. 1D to the Miz. They hit it on R-Truth. Now they hit it on the Miz. Referee is in position. 1, 2. Oh, R-Truth able to break it up and keep this matchup going. How much more is left in the tank of both teams here? And certainly for the Miz. Another big tag between both of these superstars. Nope. Double super kick. I was going to say, are we going to see it? Oh, wait. No, we're adding more. We're adding more. This is the shades of 2017-2018 Usos here. With a double Uso splash. Pinfall. Referee in position. 1, 2. No, that's just a 1 count. Very close to a 2 count, though. What a maneuver from the Usos, pulling out all the stops as Jey with a spear out of nowhere to the Miz. I'm surprised Jey doesn't try to go for the pinfall, but he's gonna go for the Coquina clutch. Coquina clutch right in front of R-Truth here. Will Miz have to tap out? No, because Truth saves the day. Jey Uso adding that Coquina clutch to his system, to his already deep arsenal that he has. As now, look at this. Oh my goodness. Little shades of almost like a BFT of sorts from the Miz. As now R-Truth gets a tag in here. That BFT didn't keep Jey Uso down for long. There's a clubbing blow to the back of the neck there to Jey. Now hard R-Truth into the corner. Let's see what the Usos can muster up here. Uh-oh. Looking for that assisted Samoan drop. Vicious maneuver there. And look at R-Truth rolling out of the ring, realizing he was in trouble. And that's a veteran maneuver, rolling outside the ring in a key situation like that. To, you know, they could have lost the World Tag Team Championships if, you know, R-Truth doesn't roll out of the ring. Still to come tonight, we have the Women's U.S. Championship on the horizon, pardon me, as U.S. Champion Nikki Bella defends against Blake Monroe. Should be a heck of a matchup. We'll see how that fares later on in the evening. Plus, excuse me, pinfall opportunity. 2. Ooh, very close. But we still have the Money in the Bank matches for the women's side of things for both Raw and SmackDown. Plus a big main event as Kalani Jordan defends her women's world title against the Queen. That being Stephanie Vaquer, as R-Truth eats that steel LED post. And uh-oh. Uso going a little Uso crazy here in the corner. Bam! And a maneuver like that, ladies and gentlemen, that gets you one step closer to possibly putting this match away. But when you face off with a man like R-Truth, you never know for sure what you are getting. And now Truth with a stunner to Jey Uso. That's certainly one way to get their attention. There's a Samoan drop there, center of the ring. And now that sets up Jey Uso to pick up the scraps. Jey looking to bring that fight to R-Truth with a big knee to the side of the skull. Don't want to take too many of those if you plan on walking out victorious here tonight. Very competitive tag team matchup, and despite Miz, you know, being in that Money in the Bank matchup just a little bit ago, I mean, he's doing quite well. Back-to-back matches as Jey Uso with a nice Samoan drop. who is walking out of Money in the Bank and heading to Monday Night Raw as the World Tag Team Champions. Could it be the Usos after they connect on this assisted pump up Samoan drop? Uh-oh. Now Jay, or I should say Jimmy, maybe looking for an Uso splash. No, he goes for a flying crossbody and did hit R-Truth to an extent, but he didn't do enough, I guess. It's R-Truth trying to take out Jay. That doesn't work out. And now Big Jim back on the offensive. Uh-oh. Sit out powerbomb there to Truth. Decides not to go for the pinfall right away. And now Jimmy. He's going to watch on from the side. Apparently he's wasting valuable time here. You would think he'd want to capitalize, just wasting time. I think he was going to try to get to the top rope, but his brother is kind of blocking him. And R-Truth just stomping away on the midsection, the chest area there of Big Jim. And now Miz with a running knee out of nowhere, takes it to Jimmy Uso, and now Miz has the opportunity, hitting the big famous Miz kicks here, right across the chest of Jimmy Uso, and then a big kick to solidify it. Now will the Miz retain the World Tag Team titles too? No, 2.5. The matchup continues. There's all sorts of possibilities Miz could hit right now. From a skull-crushing finale, maybe a figure 4 leg lock. It really just depends on what Miz would like to do here. Oh, and a vintage DDT certainly will help out. And now here comes Miz. Uh-oh, powerbomb on the rope into a sit-out powerbomb. I love that combination there from the Miz. And now here comes R-Truth. Can he do enough to help out his team and become still the World Tag Team Champions? But Jimmy Uso with a nice reversal tosses him in the corner. And now Jimmy gonna look to get a tag. He does, but he's given R-Truth enough time to recuperate in the corner. Into a pump kick to Jey Uso. What a devastating strike there. Now here comes R-Truth. Time for a suplex. Nope, big old face buster right in front of us. And now Miz once again gets a tag here. Both teams going back and forth here. It's ultimately about who wants it more in this situation. And now Jay gets his frequent tags. I mean, one thing I do like about this tag team match is the frequent tags, keeping them fresh as humanly possible here. Now Miz is in trouble. Jimmy Uso, big suplex. Simple and effective this late in the matchup. And now Big Jim looking to fly. Are we looking for an Uso splash? Yes, we are. Pinfall. 1. And Truth is right there to save the day. And now it's Jay's turn to maybe try to put away the Miz. See if R-Truth wants to try to get involved again. And now, spear again to the Miz. And now, Jey Uso looking to put the cherry on top of the sundae. Uso splash. And Jay not going to go for the pinfall right away. Referee in position. 1, 2, 3. And we have ourselves new World Tag Team Champions on Monday Night Raw. And that is Jimmy and Jey Uso. Congratulations to these two, back on top of the world in the tag team division, coming from dominating NXT to now being back on top of the Monday Night Raw brand. They went through the Vision on Monday Night Raw to get the opportunity, and then they defeat Awesome Truth to be back on top. Congratulations to main event Jey Uso and Big Jim. And now up next, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Women's SmackDown Money in the Bank. As it's going to be Julia making her way down to the ring. We'll see how she fares in this very competitive, I would say an all-star SmackDown side of things. So for the SmackDown women's, you have Julia, you have Ivy Nile, you have Charlotte, Io, you have Raquel, and also AJ Lee. Star-studded as star-studded can get for a huge matchup like this. And certainly ready to change their career for the better, and that may happen tonight live here at Money in the Bank. Now, looking at several of these superstars, they are women that have won major championships before, or won multiple championships. I mean, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky. I mean, looking at that, Raquel Rodriguez has won some tag team championship gold in her career, so you can't look past her. But AJ Lee looking to accomplish a major feat, looking to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. I mean, Julia looking to get some championship gold here in the main roster. Ivy Nile trying to do the exact same thing. So there is a little bit of everybody in this matchup. So like we saw in the men's side of things tonight, now we're going to see it in the SmackDown and Raw side of things. As here comes the Queen, Charlotte Flair. The Queen is in the city of Los Angeles and would love to add that Money in the Bank briefcase, and then she could challenge for that championship there on Friday Night SmackDown, currently held by Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan dominating the SmackDown Women's division currently with the Women's Championship and the Intercontinental Championship at this time. And we'll see if Charlotte Flair can win the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then all of a sudden things are maybe a little bit testy in the Judgment Day. You're thinking, okay, you know, Charlotte, a highly accomplished athlete, and someone that you would say that's better than Liv Morgan, but when you have the numbers that Judgment Day has, the numbers game is a lot more. And yes, you could say Alexa Bliss is in the corner of Charlotte Flair, but the numbers game quickly gets out of hand when it comes to the Judgment Day. If they want something enough, they will do everything in their power to make sure they get that gold, or the briefcase in this instance. And tonight, the briefcase is on the line, and Raquel Rodriguez happens to be in this matchup, so I'm curious to see what stories could be coming out of this if Raquel wins the Money in the Bank briefcase. Raquel defeated Jordynne Grace to get herself into this very matchup. Jordynne Grace has been a thorn in the side of trying to help out Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, and obviously Jordynne Grace defeated Roxanne Perez on a Friday Night SmackDown a couple of weeks ago, and it's trying to help out Rhea Ripley, but Rhea's just, she's hurt, having to deal with all this Judgment Day crap, and then Io Sky's in it too, and you think Grace would be able to kind of help out as well, but it's just been tough to just deal with the numbers game. And talking about the numbers game, you got Raquel Rodriguez, Big Mommy Cool, looking to inflict some major pain tonight here on this roster, and she very well could become Miss Money in the Bank. Certainly going to be a tough test, though. Raquel can use all that power and strength as much as possible, but she's got to be able to climb up that ladder and grab that briefcase. And I might make it sound like it's hard. It's just about being at the right place at the right time. Because there's a lot of times superstars are going out at ringside, someone's grabbing a weapon, they don't realize, oh crap, so-and-so's in the middle of the ring with a ladder, and they're climbing, and then you head in there, and then another person meets up with you, blocking you from that, and then they're still able to climb the ladder and grab the briefcase. Like what we saw tonight with Chad Gable and Carmelo Hayes. And like I've said, I absolutely loved what the results are of what's happened for the men's side of things. I'm very curious to see what the women's side of things for both SmackDown and Raw will be after these coming matches. As here comes the genius of the sky, Io Sky. And she was in action against Raquel Rodriguez recently on Friday Night SmackDown, with Io Sky picking up a massive win there on Friday Night SmackDown. Even had Roxanne Perez there at ringside, and ultimately Io Sky picked up the win. And I mean, you're looking at so much talent in this ring. You know, Io Sky, Charlotte. I mean, I guarantee there's a lot of people there in Vegas probably betting on Charlotte and Io Sky at this moment, but you can't count out the likes of Julia. You can't count out Raquel. I mean, even Ivy Nile, that young lady from American Made. I mean, she could do major things. Her submission, as soon as she locks that in, it's usually game over. And that's what done so well in NXT. Then she comes back over here to SmackDown with American Made, and things are starting to change around for American Made. So maybe you throw in a sleeper pick in Ivy Nile. I mean, anything's possible. As we wait for two more ladies to make their way down the ring, and talking about Ivy Nile, here comes Ivy Nile of American Made. Watching, Chad Gable win the Money in the Bank briefcase there for Friday Night SmackDown. Then watching American Made's tag team come up a bit short against the Lucha Brothers. That's very unfortunate. It tends to happen. It's going to happen. But, it's you're not always going to win everything, despite, them being on a roll. And then right now, American Made, biggest opportunity of their whole faction to win back-to-back Money in the Bank matches. Do wonders for that group. But we'll see how it is all going to pan out. I can't wait to see how this goes. I mean, what if Ivy Nile hits that submission hold on top of the ladder? Could you imagine the visual on top of that ladder with her wrenching her arm around the lady's neck? How that would look visually? As we wait for the next superstar to make her entrance down to the ring, it is AJ Lee. She won a big-time matchup against JC Jane recently on SmackDown just a number of weeks ago to get this opportunity. AJ Lee was trying to get that Intercontinental Championship away from Liv Morgan for the longest time, but Liv Morgan had AJ Lee's number, beating her, I think, 3-0 in the number of bouts that they've had. But hey, AJ Lee wins this Money in the Bank briefcase. She could very well be going up against Liv Morgan again, but I think AJ Lee is going to be even more prepared, because now she can cash in on any time. And certainly with how smart AJ Lee is, and especially with her husband CM Punk, I'm sure they'd devise a good plan to grab that briefcase as the matchup has officially started. As you got Charlotte and Ivy Nile going at it briefly, Raquel, Io, AJ Lee, and I believe Julia there briefly, as Charlotte talking her trash here at ringside, telling Ivy Nile, "Why don't you come out here, sis?" And Charlotte now is just gonna walk on by Ivy Nile essentially. Now she's gonna lock up with Julia. Oh, nice Rough Rider from Ivy Nile to Raquel. Ivy Nile's all fired up. All these women though fighting here at ringside as AJ Lee tossed into the LED post. And who's that? Julia. This is a good old-fashioned ladder match, ladies and gentlemen. Anything goes in this matchup, as Raquel is the very first one to grab said ladder. And Raquel Rodriguez, she may make this a very short matchup, ladies and gentlemen. She very well could be the next Miss Money in the Bank. But now here comes Julia, looking to make an impression here. Julia has a tag team there with Kiana James. Charlotte back in the ring as well, waiting for Raquel to get back up to her feet. Uh-oh. Big time takedown. Now Julia and Raquel going back at it. Oh, nice maneuver there from Ivy Nile. Back and forth we go. These women got to be very careful, as now here comes Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel looking to fly here, or at least try to grab the briefcase. Oh, and now really wrenching in the arm. Now the Queen Charlotte Flair. She's gonna grab the briefcase. She's gonna grab the briefcase. Is this that quickly? No. Almost had it though. That Money in the Bank briefcase is very close to coming down, as now AJ Lee gets taken down by Charlotte, and a beautiful moonsault from Io takes down Julia. All hell is broken loose on this edition of Money in the Bank, as Io Sky taking it to Ivy Nile there. You got AJ Lee and Charlotte going at it here. Both women helping out the Divas Revolution back in the day. Obviously AJ Lee more, and then eventually Charlotte Flair would debut years later to help out with that revolution. As now AJ Lee building up some steam here into a drop kick in the middle of that back. That is not going to feel too good. And now AJ Lee looking to fly here. Uh-oh. What is she thinking? Oh, she was going for that elbow, but it did not work out in her favor. As all sorts of commotion going on here at ringside as Raquel has a table. Fall away slam there from Charlotte. And all, like we mentioned, all hell breaking loose here. Champions going at it, or potential champions going at it, I should say. Women's division really run through Liv Morgan and the Judgment Day. Who could be that woman to stop the Judgment Day? There's 5 women, but there's 1 Judgment Day member in this matchup. Who is going to be able to do that said thing and stop the Judgment Day? Because if Raquel wins it, I mean, I think it's going to be on lockdown for a long time until Liv happens to drop, or I should say lose that championship. As now Raquel grabs the ladder, and uses it against Ivy Nile. And now Io Sky has a table, looking to put somebody through said table. Looks like all sorts of all hell breaking loose here. And now Julia has her against the table. Here comes Julia with a back suplex, folds her in half, right through the damn table. As AJ Lee and who is this? Ivy Nile continue to go at it. Charlotte just speared the living crap out of Julia though. And now looking about figure 4 into the figure 8 possibly. And now Io Sky gonna grab the ladder. She realizes this is a perfect opportunity. Charlotte's trying to make Julia tap out, but right now you have Io Sky climbing up here. This might be her moment. Will it be her moment? No. And just a hard landing, and Raquel looking for that Tahita powerbomb, and she connects. Drops AJ Lee like a dime. And now Julia, high risk, high reward situation, has Charlotte on the top rope. What could she be thinking about doing? Uh-oh. Oh no, she's thinking about a superplex here. Underhook suplex halfway across the ring. What a moment. Charlotte's down and out. You got Io and Julia. We're about to see a big suplex there from Julia. Impressive moment there. And now AJ Lee trying to climb up the ladder. Now you got Julia. Julia's moment could be underway here. But just like that, Raquel ends up pushing that ladder off, and it landed on Io Sky. Hard landing for Julia there. And now over the top rope goes Raquel. And now Ivy Nile, she's looking to put someone through a damn table here. And Charlotte's like, why don't you try to put me through that table, sis? And she gets hit with a reversal right there. Ivy Nile's fired up. Uh-oh. AJ Lee, Shining Wizard, takes her down. Ivy Nile looking to climb that barricade. And it's AJ Lee getting a little extreme here against Io Sky. And Julia's signaling the end is near to Io Sky there briefly. Big time moment here for all of these ladies. They're just beating the snot out of each other. And a big reversal from Sky to really attack that quad of AJ Lee. And now Io Sky, DDT. That twirling DDT from Io. Uh-oh, the genius of the sky. It is time to fly. Here we go, Io Sky. Oh! Flying up in the air like that. And now she's going to get hit with a steel chair. Oh, man, that is not going to feel good for sure. And now let's see what AJ Lee has in store here. Looking to inflict as much pain, trying to keep Io Sky down as much as possible here, but now Raquel getting involved. And AJ Lee not too happy about that as Charlotte and Julia go at it here at ringside. Who is going to be the SmackDown Miss Money in the Bank as Ivy Nile bounces AJ Lee's head off of that ladder. And now Black Widow here. Black Widow to Charlotte Flair outside here. I know it's not going to help AJ Lee win necessarily, but the damage is going to be done to Charlotte as she connects to a side slam. As Julia easily tossed over the top rope, you got Charlotte, Ivy Nile, and Io Sky all in the middle of the ring with Raquel introducing herself. And now Raquel over the top rope she goes. They're down to 3 at the moment. Now Io Sky looking to inflict some pain here on Ivy Nile. Oh my goodness, the pain there. And now Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair could be Miss Money in the Bank. Is this going to be her moment? Is it the Queen's moment? So close. She might grab it still. And she does. She was hanging up there. She still had enough time to grab the briefcase. The Queen is back in the main event scene. She is Miss Money in the Bank. The Queen has done it. She earned it. The ladder got taken out underneath her, but she hung on. She had enough time to grab the briefcase. And Charlotte Flair is Miss Money in the Bank for Friday Night SmackDown. What a win for the Queen here tonight in Los Angeles, California. Wow, wow, what a match. Lovely matchup to say the least. But now, up next, we get some championship action.
Is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Women's United States Championship.
And now it is time for the Women's U.S. Championship. They're on Monday Night Raw. The Glamour is here in Los Angeles, and will she be able to win her main roster championship here on Money in the Bank? Will she be able to knock off Nikki Bella to become that Women's U.S. Champion? It's not going to be easy, certainly. Blake Monroe could have been in that Money in the Bank matchup later on tonight, but certainly Blake Monroe losing to Michin, which is not an easy thing to do. I mean, when I say that, I mean Michin's been around this business for a long time, and I guarantee a lot of people were doubting her when taking on Blake Monroe, and it was a good night for Michin. And Michin very well could be walking out with that Money in the Bank briefcase tonight. We'll see how that fares on the Raw side of things, but Blake Monroe focused on this matchup, looking to out wrestle Nikki Bella to become that new Women's U.S. Champion. And here she comes, the ever fearless Nikki Bella, the Women's U.S. Champion, as there is Brie Bella and Paige following Nikki Bella down to the ringside area. Nikki Bella said, hey, as long as I'm U.S. Champion, I want to focus on keeping this championship around my waist. And I'm going to let Brie focus on the tag team division. And while I'm in singles capacity at the moment, I'm going to bring in someone that is going to help carry the tag team division. And she said, you know what, I'm bringing back Paige. And Paige, you know, she sent a message to the tag team division, but ultimately losing, ladies and gentlemen, that tag team match later on in the evening on Monday Night Raw to obviously Bianca and Jade, who retained the tag team championships over them. But hey, you know what? Chemistry takes some time, and we'll see how it fares. But we're gonna see how Nikki Bella fares in the singles match. I mean, she excuse me, got over the Bianca Belair situation, and now she's focusing on other talent. And the first talent that happens to be challenging her is Blake Monroe.
Introducing the challenger from London, England, and her opponent from Scottsdale, Arizona, the WWE Women's United States Champion, Nikki Bella.
And now it is time for the Women's U.S. Championship to be defended here live tonight in Los Angeles. Are we going to see a new Women's U.S. Champion? Or can somehow Nikki Bella figure out Blake Monroe tonight? Here we go. Referee has rung the bell, and Nikki Bella coming right out of the gate with a big drop kick. We saw a new champion there on Monday Night Raw, a new U.S. champion. That was Royce Keys defeating Randy Orton. And we'll see if Randy Orton decides to go back after that U.S. championship, or if he's setting sails in that U.S. championship division and saying, hey, you know what, I'm ready to have some championship gold. I'm ready for the World Heavyweight Championship to be around my waist. A lot of things to figure out as a big headbutt from the Glamour to Nikki Bella. And, you know, Blake Monroe, it took a lot to try to take down Meechin recently on a Monday Night Raw episode. So, you know, if it's going to take a lot to try to put down Meechin and you lose, I'm very curious how it's going to be faring when you take on the likes of a Nikki Bella, a Brie Bella, a Paige, a Jade, a Bianca, anyone else in this division. So, ooh, big pump kick right to the lower back there. Gonna work that back area as much as heavenly possible. As now, Nikki Bella winding up this punch here. Oh, goodness. What a strike. Certainly going to be feeling that for sure. And as this matchup continues, ladies and gentlemen, we still have a couple more big-time matches. One more Money in the Bank matchup for the Raw Women's Money in the Bank. We'll see who's able to really dig down deep in that matchup and become the new Miss Money in the Bank. Plus, the main event, we are going to see Stephanie Vaquer, the Queen of the Ring winner. She will be facing off with the Women's World Champion, that being Kalani Jordan. Big time main event. I'm hoping those two get to be able to really showcase their talents and really tear down the house. As look at this, an armbar of sorts here on Blake Monroe here at ringside, trying to maybe snap that arm as possible. I don't know if she's going to be able to, though, as now Blake fighting out of it, and she does. But you don't know how much damage was already done to that arm, though. And now back inside the ring we go. Paige and Brie Bella watching on. We'll see if they can continue that momentum she has had here briefly to try to take it to this up-and-comer known as Blake Monroe, who is a former NXT Women's Champion. Looked pretty good there in NXT. And now Paige getting involved here. It's a damn shame. You'd hate to see Paige getting involved in this. Oh, but now Nikki Bella gonna look to make her pay. What a forearm strike, and now Nikki Bella all fired up here. Into a Bella Buster. And Blake Monroe, that, I don't know if that's it, but it very well could be. Shoulders are down. 2. No, 2.5. Nikki Bella cannot believe it. Neither can Paige and Brie Bella. They thought that was going to be enough. That distraction seemed to be enough. And now, Blake, big reversal. And now, here comes Blake. Roll up right in front of Paige and Brie Bella. But the referee took her time and took a little bit of time to get over there as a hard Irish whip off the ropes into a drop kick. This is where Blake's got to be able to hit some big time maneuvers now. You know, you got yourself back in this matchup. You got to be able to hit some things. And oh, I'm surprised I didn't hit it a little bit too far in when she was trying to connect with that. And now we're about to see an Alabama slam from Nikki Bella, center of the ring. And Blake Monroe doing what she can, rolling outside the ring, as now Nikki lining up Blake Monroe, do or die. Oh, the flying crossbody misses, and now can Blake capitalize? Uh-oh. Oh my goodness! That is going to break a nose, break some teeth, whatever in between. And now a back rake. Very old-fashioned type of situation there, as Nikki Bella tossed right into the barricade. All hell breaking loose here at ringside, right in front of the U.S. Championship. And now Nikki tosses her down to the other side. Neither of those women want to get tossed right on top of that thing. It's just an awkward holding championship holder over there. Now Blake. Oh, different variation of a Luthes press, bringing the fight there to Nikki Bella, trying to break her nose maybe. I mean, that knee strike that Nikki took just moments ago, I'm surprised it hasn't. And it might do some more as a glamour shot takes down Nikki Bella. Now she just has to get the carcass inside the ring and grab the hook of the leg, and now she's going to be new champion. Can she do that though? Here we go. Hook of the leg. Paige and Bree don't see it here. Pinfall. 2. Oh my goodness, so close. 2.5. So dang close. Uh-oh, looking for a glamour shot one more time. And now Nikki Bella has been busted open. Shoulders are down. 1, 2. No, Bella keeps herself in this matchup a little bit longer. The question is, how much more can Nikki Bella sustain damage-wise? I think Nikki Bella just hit her with an eye rake there. And now Nikki looking for some snake eyes right there to Blake Monroe. And maybe Nikki Bella was just giving Blake Monroe some false hope with these big-time maneuvers that Blake Monroe hit on her. And now Nikki Bella going to the corner over here. You never know what she may be thinking. Oh, but a big reversal. She won't be thinking much of anything as she misses wildly with a clothesline into a face buster there for Nikki. And now Bree watches on as Nikki Bella looking to hit a big-time maneuver to really put away Blake Monroe. As a nice enziguri, that springboard enziguri. And now looking for that rack attack 2.0, dead center, hits Blake Monroe. Shoulders are down. 1, 2. No, big kick out at 2.5. Blake Monroe stays in the matchup momentarily. Oh, and just bouncing her head right off her knee. Oh, definitely don't want to take too many more of those. As now Nikki Bella going to go high risk here. Frog splash right across the abdominal area, right across the ribs. And Blake fighting for her life right now. She's realizing she's in a predicament here. Going for a kick to the midsection, but she runs into her own knee. Back and forth we go as Nikki tosses her in the corner into a running bulldog, but Blake Monroe pushes her off. Blake's got to be able to capitalize in this situation, and as she's going to connect with a spinning side slam, that certainly helps out the chances. This is all to become the women's U.S. champion. Nikki Bella is the current U.S. champion. Blake's trying to take that away from her. How much more does she have in the tank as Nikki Bella connects that time around with that bulldog from the corner? As now Bella setting up Blake Monroe. Uh-oh. Nope. Big forearm. And now Nikki Bella going to look to maybe rebound off of that mistake. Some kidney punches right to the ribs as well. Both women trying to hit some things. It just has not worked out in the later stages of this matchup. Now Blake. She was thinking about that variation of that torture, or not torture rack, pardon me, but that future shock DDT, that glamour shot. But both of these women are just absolutely blocking everything. And now Blake Monroe halfway across the ring connecting with that tightrope drop kick. Ooh, and a vicious headbutt there from Blake. She connected flush on that. And now Paige again getting involved. Come on now. The second time in this matchup, referee, Paige has gotten involved. There's no need for her to do this. Paige talking her trash. And now, oh, another Bella Buster. And now this is going to get the Bellas to win the U.S. Championship. Not like this. No, Bella Buster. Or I should say the Rack Attack 2.0. You can give this win to Paige. 3. Paige gets a huge assist there as Nikki Bella retains the Women's U.S. Championship here in Los Angeles. Hell of a way to lose with Paige getting involved, ladies and gentlemen, but a win is a win here in Los Angeles as we get ready, more than likely, for your women's Money in the Bank matchup from Monday Night Raw's Nikki Bella absolutely loving what she accomplished here tonight due to the interference from Paige. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Money in the Bank briefcase match for Monday Night Raw. As there is Tiffany Stratton, pardon me, former NXT Women's Champion, looking to get some major gold here on Monday Night Raw, looking to become the Women's World Champion. But she's got to work on becoming Miss Money in the Bank here on Monday Night Raw. Certainly she has definitely a lot of talent in this side of things with herself. Lyra Valkyria, a lady that she's been in a rivalry with before with Naomi. You got a tag team of Nia Jax and Lash Legend in this matchup. And like we mentioned, Lyra Valkyria. I mean, you get a little bit of everything in this matchup. Question is, who is going to be able to really dig down deep? And you can't forget about Michin. She's got to be the biggest wild card of this matchup, and that's nothing mean to say about Michin. It's just she doesn't get the amount of opportunities that we see like these other ladies do here on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, whatever brand she might be a part of at the time. As there is Lyra Valkyria. She's part of that tag team with Bayley, former tag team champions there in NXT before coming up to back to Monday Night Raw. Big opportunity for Lyra. Could it be her moment to come out here and grab that Money in the Bank briefcase? Is it her moment? It very well could be a great moment for Lyra Valkyria. Could she hit a Nightwing off the top of the ladder, through a table, through another ladder? I mean, the possibilities are endless with this young lady. But this right here is your co-main event of Money in the Bank, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up after this Money in the Bank matchup, we have the Women's World title on the line. Kalani Jordan defends her Women's Championship against the Queen of the Ring winner, that being Stephanie Vaquer. Can't wait to see how that's going to pan out for that Women's World title. I mean, it's the title that we should have seen at SummerSlam, but it turned into a triple threat matchup because Becky defeated Stephanie. But you know, we should have seen it at SummerSlam, but the Vision got to do what they got to do with trying to get their people in matches. As now here comes the irresistible force, Nia Jax, former Women's Tag Team Champion. And could you imagine if Nia Jax wins that Money in the Bank briefcase? Oh my goodness, I feel bad for whoever the champion is, because I mean, Nia Jax, she is strong. She is, you know, one of the best women that we have all here in WWE, and plus she's in a tag team with Lash Legend, so she can make it a numbers game real quick. Part of the irresistible forces. Nia Jax continues to get herself in great shape. She's getting stronger, and certainly she's gotten better ever since she's joined WWE, which is a great thing to see. And she very well could add Money in the Bank to already her list of accolades that she's had here in WWE. A former United States champion here in WWE. Certainly Nia Jax not getting that love here in Los Angeles, but I mean, certainly her and Lash Legend, you gotta think, are gonna work together maybe a little bit, maybe not entirely, but we'll see if they work together at any parts of this matchup. As talking about our tag team partner, here comes Lash Legend. Big time opportunity here for Lash Legend as well. She could very well walk out with that Money in the Bank briefcase. She's certainly helped out Nia Jax win those tag team titles for a little bit, before eventually dropping them to, I believe it was Bianca and Jade Cargill. So, I mean, certainly they'd love to get back into title contention. But right now, both of them getting an opportunity in the Money in the Bank matchup. Going to try to work together. At least I would think so. At least try to get there briefly. And then those two can go at it if they really want to. But we'll see how this is all going to go down very physical matchup incoming. We've seen Chad Gable. We've seen the likes of Carmelo Hayes win their men's side of things. We saw Charlotte become Miss Money in the Bank for Friday Night SmackDown. And now that's a big thing for the Judgment Day. I can't wait to see how they process that. And then now you got the Raw side of things. You got, as Michin makes her way down the ring, you got the Women's World Champion, Galani Jordan, currently dealing with Stephanie Valkyrie, giving her opportunity. And then she's going to have eyes behind her head for however long she holds that Women's World Championship. And whoever's that briefcase holder, it depends on who that is, you're going to be lingering in the background. Could be an early cash-in. I mean, the winner could cash in tonight after that Women's World Championship match. So I wonder if whoever made these matches and put together some of these matches, they decided to do some of these on purpose. I don't know. But we'll find out very soon. Is Michin ready for this big-time bout? Well, I would say, honestly, biggest match of her career, certainly. Getting a big opportunity on a big stage like Money in the Bank. Big-time opportunity for Michin. As we wait for one more superstar to make her way down to the ring, and that is Naomi. It is time to proceed with caution. Can Naomi walk out tonight with that Money in the Bank briefcase? Is it Naomi's time? Is it her moment to get back into the title scene? Can she walk out with the briefcase tonight and cash it in maybe tonight if that happens to be her? Or does she wait? Does she, quote-unquote, proceed with caution? Naomi knows it's her moment right now. She wants to have her moment, and she very well could do that. I mean, she could hit that rear view out of nowhere, and also she's pretty good with her submission holds as well. Obviously, that's not going to help her win it, but that rear view out of nowhere could certainly give her enough time to climb up the ladder, grab that briefcase, and change her career forever, and grab that Women's World Championship. Could be a moment of a lifetime for Naomi. I can't wait to see how she goes down. But ladies and gentlemen, just in a matter of moments, this matchup gets underway for the Money in the Bank briefcase for Raw. Here we go. Matchup officially underway. A hard landing for Naomi, Lyra, and I believe that is Tiffany Stratton. And Nia Jax coming right after Lash Legends, so there goes that partnership right out of the way. And maybe this is the one time they get an excuse to actually beat the living crap out of each other, because sometimes, tag teams, partners can be annoying sometimes, so why not use it there? As now Michin, she's in on the ring all by herself here. She could grab the Money in the Bank briefcase. We could have ourselves a Charlotte situation. But nope, not that time around, at least not early. As Lyra misses that springboard senton, or that cannonball. As Michin bringing the fight here to Naomi. As Lyra wants herself some of Michin, and she does. And Tiffany Stratton telling Nia Jax it is Tiffy time. They run off Tiffy time. I mean, can you imagine a Samoan drop off the ladder, or a moonsault off the ladder through a table or another ladder? I mean, so many difficult things we could see as Lash and Nia Jax going to work together after briefly beating the snot out of each other. Big combination. And now a rivalry that we've seen there briefly from SmackDown, and then both of them being on Raw. Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. Brief interaction there. Now Tiffany looking to take out Michin out of this predicament. Could have been Blake Monroe, but Michin defeated Blake Monroe recently on Friday Night SmackDown a couple weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, pardon me. As Lash Legend and Nia Jax continue to go at each other. Certainly not what we'd expect here on a Money in the Bank episode, but hey, gets them an excuse to battle it out here. So I think Michin, she's looking to expose that top turn, or that top table, pardon me, as these women continue to go back and forth, dropping them on top of that. on top of that, that lovely top rope. Pardon me. Just look at that. Tiffany just working the back of the neck there. Nia Jax from behind after she dealt with her tag team partner. Now, good old-fashioned kendo stick will certainly have some extreme odds there for sure, but Lash Legend did not allow that to happen. Tiffany dealing with Naomi, Nia Jax dealing with Lyra, and Michin and Lash Legend going at it. Uh-oh. This ain't going to be good for Lyra Valkyria. She gets powerbombed to the outside, right on the ladder, enough to where that ladder got folded over. What a brutal powerbomb to the outside. Hopefully Lyra will be okay. Hopefully nothing broken or bruised or anything like that. This matchup certainly will take years off your career. As now down goes Lyra, down goes Tiffany. Now you got Lash and Michin in the middle of this ring. As these women continue to battle it out at ringside. Certainly Michin has the upper hand. She could grab this ladder and she could take out Lash Legend and just go all the way up there. It seems like Michin wants to grab a chair from over here at the announcer's table, but certainly she's not able to fit back there, or at least jump over the barricade. Uh-oh, Michin now. Big opportunity for Michin, but she gets caught by Nia Jax. And now Jax is going to look to capitalize. Might be Lash Legend's time. But no, everyone's back inside the ring. You got to pick the right place at the right time. As now Lyra tossed over the top rope. Naomi, if I was her, I would have stayed in the ring. As now Nia going to look to take out Michin. And now Nia Jax all by herself. All by herself. This might be Nia Jax's moment. Will it be enough? Is it Nia Jax's moment, ladies and gentlemen? Here we go. Can Lash Legend block her? Yes, she does. At the last second, she hits a pump fake or pump kick right to the face of Michin. And you got to get Nia Jax out of there, ladies and gentlemen. You can't allow her to stay in there. As now Nia with, oh my goodness, look at this stretch. Oh my goodness, imagine getting your leg tortured like that in front face lock as well. And now Lash Legend back inside the ring, looking to maybe have her moment. And now Lash, looking to do it right on top of the ladder. Oh my goodness! Oh, the ribs are gotta be done. The ribs gotta be done there. And Lash Legend making sure she's out of the equation. Everyone's fighting here at ringside. If you're one of these ladies, you grab the ladder. You're all by yourself. This is a perfect opportunity. As Lash Legend, she realizes it too, but she's going to go after Michin. Oh, goodness sake. That powerbomb is not going to feel good for Lyra Valkyria there, as Naomi gets her head bounced off and gives her a little bit of a kiss. As Lyra with a arm drag takedown. You got the other three going at it here, Lash Legend and Nia Jax, and oh my goodness! Just tossing her halfway up in the air like that is crazy. And now Naomi, she's all by herself, middle of the ring. This could be a glowing moment, a proceed with caution moment for Naomi, but oh my goodness. Tiffany Stratton pushed her off and she landed on that other ladder. Uh-oh. Naomi! Oh, and Nia Jax falls right on top of Tiffany Stratton. Uh-oh, big brain buster there from Lyra Valkyria to Naomi. And now Nia Jax with a big scoop slam on the ladder. And now Naomi down, and out she goes to the outside. Nia Jax going to look to powerbomb her own teammate on the ladder. Man, frustration has brewed between both of these women tonight. And now Tiffany Stratton, can she connect? Yes, she does. Oh my goodness. Brutal maneuver. As Lash and Lyra going at it. Tiffany and Nia Jax. Not going to bode well for one of these women. All for the Money in the Bank briefcase there on Monday Night Raw. Who will join Carmelo Hayes as the Money in the Bank briefcase holders? It's over the top rope. Down goes Naomi. Hard landing. And now Tiffany Stratton tossed over the top. You got Lyra and Michin. And now we're about to see a Nightwing from Lyra Valkyria to Michin. And now Lyra's the only one in the ring. This could be Lyra Valkyria's moment. Could it be? She's trying to do it, but Michin's blocking the entrance. Not sure why she didn't just go to the other side, but here we go. It is Lyra Valkyria. Can she do it? Here we go. Lyra. Uh-oh. Someone's got to get her. Someone's got to get her. Lyra Valkyria, though, just did the Charlotte Flair. And just like that, Lyra Valkyria is Miss Money in the Bank. She has done it. And just like the men's side of things, the women's side of things, this is absolutely amazing. Charlotte from SmackDown, Lyra Valkyria from Monday Night Raw. What a combination of the men's and women's side. Chad Gable, Carmelo Hayes, Charlotte, and Lyra Valkyria, all tonight's winners at Money in the Bank. And now we get to your main event of the evening.
It's scheduled for one fall, and it's for the WWE Women's World Championship.
And here comes the Queen of the Ring winner, Stephanie Vakir. Can Stephanie Vakir win her first major championship in all of WWE? Can she become the Women's World Champion? Can she knock off a very impressive Kalani Jordan? Obviously, one of the biggest matches Stephanie Vakir had was on a Monday Night Raw episode building up to SummerSlam, losing to Becky Lynch, which added Becky Lynch to that matchup, but ultimately Kalani Jordan pinned Becky Lynch to retain that championship. Stephanie Vakir was not in that decision, but now Adam Pearce is rightfully giving Stephanie Vakir her opportunity in a singles capacity. So now it's Kalani Jordan versus Stephanie Vakir, former NXT talent, brought up here to Monday Night Raw, and I can't wait to see these two women dish it out here in their first main event together here on Monday Night Raw, live at Money in the Bank here in Los Angeles. And here comes the gymnast herself, the ever impressive Kalani Jordan. She looked very good there in NXT, and then eventually at Evolution she wins the Battle Royal. Then she ends up picking Becky Lynch, and she ends up defeating Becky Lynch, becoming the Women's World Champion. Becky Lynch had a grueling matchup taking on Jade Cargill, but Becky Lynch won. But Kiana Jordan picking Monday Night Raw because her husband Carmelo Hayes is on that brand. And then at SummerSlam, everything's starting to build up and everything. We saw the build up of Rollins stomping out Kalani Jordan, stomping out Carmelo Hayes, and then Kalani would still beat Becky Lynch in that triple threat matchup at SummerSlam. And then, even recently on the Go Home edition of Monday Night Raw, we were supposed to see a tag team match with Kalani and her husband Carmelo taking on Rollins and Lynch, and that didn't happen because there's an all-out brawl backstage. But now, hopefully Kalani Jordan's focused because she's dealing with one of the more physical superstars in Stephanie Vakir.
Introducing the challenger from San Fernando, Chile, Stephanie Vakir. And her opponent from Boynton Beach, Florida, the WWE Women's World Champion, Kalani Jordan.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It is time for the Women's World Championship to be defended in the main event of Money in the Bank. The first return of Money in the Bank in years, and it is being main evented by the Women's World Championship. Here we go, and both of these women are hyped up. This crowd is hyped up. Even that fellow in that red polo right in front of us. Here we go. Who is walking out with that Women's World Championship? Will we see a retainment or will we see a new champion? Got some sportsmanship early as Stephanie with a big haymaker, but then a big response there from Kalani. If you guys are just tuning in tonight, we've had a lot of great things happen, from new Money in the Bank holders, obviously, to new champions, retainments as well. As now, Stephanie Vaquer with a big back suplex. Ricky Saints had a hellacious night, but he walked out as the new Intercontinental Champion, climbing up that ladder and becoming the new Intercontinental Champion. Also tonight, Chad Gable, Money in the Bank briefcase winner. So was Carmelo Hayes for Monday Night Raw. We witnessed Charlotte, the new SmackDown Miss Money in the Bank, as well as just moments ago, Lyra Valkyria winning the Monday Night Raw side of things. Also tonight we saw new tag team champions as the Usos are the new World Tag Team Champions. We saw the Lucha Brothers. They became, or retained I should say, as you see the Devil's Kiss here at ringside, right in front of Booker T, and he's going absolute crazy over this. And then plus, we get the main event right now. A star-studded main event between Kalani and Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie bringing the fight to the Women's World Champion right now. Obviously, there is disqualification in this matchup. No count out right now, so these women can take it all over this place, but the result has to happen in the middle of the ring as Stephanie Vaquer feeling pretty good about herself right now. She does have the momentum as now the Women's World Champion getting herself back inside the ring. And now, wait a minute, we'll roll up here, looking to steal one here, but oh. And look at Kalani. She thought Stephanie Vaquer was going to stay in the ring there, but obviously that was not what happened. Stephanie catching her, and now a pump-up uppercut. It's a big takedown there, as now Stephanie telling Kalani Jordan to get up to her feet. Here we go. Stephanie Vaquer, flying crossbody, turns Kalani Jordan inside out. And now, high-risk opportunity for Stephanie Vaquer. Again, it just worked moments ago. Is she going to the well one too many times here? As Vaquer, with a flying forearm strike, takes down Kalani. That is not going to feel too good. But oh, playing possum there. Little side kick to the skull. That certainly will do wonders as Kalani with a beautiful moonsault takes it to the #1 contender and Miss Queen of the Ring. And now Kalani, big clothesline. And now she's going to use the corner to her advantage. Nice DDT. That twirling DDT spikes the Queen of the Ring winner. And Kalani Jordan is not backing down from a fight. She'll take on anyone. She defeated Becky Lynch technically twice. Oh, going for a kick to the midsection. Vaquer with a reversal. Now, going to look for a single leg Boston Crab. Middle of the ring. Can Kalani somehow get herself out of it or somehow crawl to her left? On our side would be our right. That's a nice snapmare into... Oh, nice cross body taking down Stephanie even further. It's all about who can take the most amount of pain and dish it out as well. It's a big reversal from Stephanie. That's Irish whip in the corner. Let's see what Stephanie can do. She stomps away right there in the ribs. And now, oh, nice double knees. Double knees to the champ. The champion is in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Can Stephanie Vaquer continue this momentum she has? Uh-oh. Here we go. In the air. She was going for that corkscrew, but Kalani had the knees up. Well scouted from the champion. And now this could be Kalani Jordan's moment. There's a going for the stinger splash. Did not work out. And now Stephanie goes back. No, it doesn't. Big spinning kick to the midsection. This is anyone's ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Into a nice Hurricane Rana, takes down Stephanie Vaquer once again. Highly competitive Women's World Championship, and that is why they are main eventing this pay-per-view. I wouldn't agree, or I do agree with what they are doing, bringing back this pay-per-view. Why not have a prestigious match like Stephanie Valkyrie and Kalani Jordan, the future of this business, go at it in the main event? Oh, going for a spinning heel kick. Did not work out in her favor. Stephanie saw it coming. It was quick reflexes from Stephanie to be able to move out of the way, out of that dire situation. As now, Stephanie, what is she thinking about? Swinging neck breaker. Does enough to take down Kalani Jordan there briefly. Let's look at Stephanie telling her to get up to her feet. Suicide dive takes down the champ. Can Valkyrie keep this up? And now really working on that shoulder blade area as much as heavenly possible. And now Stephanie going to try to throw her inside, but now Valkyrie gets tossed into the steel steps. Back and forth we go in the corner. Both women trying to get themselves out of the corner, and they do. Damage has been done, but ultimately it's going to be able to withstand the most amount of pain in this situation. Both have put it all on the line so far. We've seen a big block earlier on tonight by Kalani Jordan when we saw that corkscrew maneuver that Stephanie Valkyrie was trying to connect with. And now Valkyrie from the top, this time elbow right across the chest area, the area, maybe the collarbone area too, as Kalani Jordan with a big reversal too. Is now over to the other side by the steel steps. The champion may need a breather, or at least maybe for a split second, but she realizes she's got to stay on Valkyrie as much as possible. But look at this Valkyrie with a nice reversal back and forth. And a big block from Stephanie. Kalani's trying to do everything in her power to take down Stephanie Valkyrie, but it's been an issue. And now devil's kiss again, but the other side of the ring. Last time it was right in front of Booker T. Now it's far away from Booker T. But we gave him a good camera angle to make sure he could see it. As Stephanie, hard-hitting knee right to the back of the neck area. And now Stephanie again with a knee. A vicious knee strike from La Primera. And now you can feel it. She's getting in a groove right now, is Stephanie. She continue to hit these big-time maneuvers here. Oh, but now Kalani Jordan, maybe she's trying to wake up a little bit too. Now Kalani going to toss her back inside the ring. Obviously, that's where that pinfall or submission has to occur. Kalani Jordan from the top rope. This is about 3/4 away from the ring. I was going to say that'd be impressive if she'd be able to connect with that. Let's see what Kalani can set up to Stephanie here. Going for a scoop slam. Stephanie saw it coming, was able to slip out of it. And now Kalani able to slip out of that back suplex situation. These women are putting it all on the line as a nice leg drop right across the chest, looking to retain. 2. Ooh, very close. Kalani almost had enough to retain. And now building up some steam is Stephanie, or I should say Kalani. But now Kalani looking for that split-legged moonsault here. And it connects. Pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, very close. But the champion has to do more to put down the Queen of the Ring winner. And Kalani may know exactly what she has to do. Oh, look at the height on that frog splash. She's certainly got all of that. Oh, no, she's not done. Split-legged moonsault again. That might be all she wrote. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Valkyrie survives. Oh, my goodness. That was one of the closest pinfalls I've ever seen, honestly. And there's been some really close ones, but that one very, very close. Is now Kalani tossed into the ring, or in the corner, I should say. And now Valkyrie trying to mount up some kind of offense right now. And now Stephanie looking to fly. She needs this. Here we go. Corkscrew. Corkscrew to the champion. Is this it? 2, 3. Oh, so close. Oh, Stephanie, she was so close to hitting that. How much more can both of these women sustain in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen? as Kalani continuing to scratch and claw. She doesn't want to drop this championship. She really shortened that moonsault attempt, or that springboard attempt. Did not work out in her favor. And now Stephanie signaling the end is near. She blocks it, and now she twerks that, or twerks it, not twerks it. And now Stephanie Vaquer to the top rope, looking for another corkscrew in the air. She connects again. Is this it? Shoulders are down. 2, 3, new champion. Stephanie Vaquer has done it. What a matchup. What a main event. Stephanie Vaquer has done it, ladies and gentlemen. Stephanie Vaquer is on top of the mountain on Monday Night Raw. She is your women's world champion. La Primera has done it. And Monday Night Raw ushers in once again a new era in the women's division. Congratulations to everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Money in the Bank, and we'll see you on Monday Night Raw.